Wait, is it 3, 2, 1? What up? What up? What up, world? We're back. Get Right Fantasy Network. The gang is almost all here. We're bigger and smaller. Hey, we're everywhere. We got that way. Yeah. Frank, welcome.
What's up, brother?
Yeah. Hey, Anthony.
What up, everybody? How you doing tonight?
Oh, am I taking over? As like my head. I don't. Hey.
It's all good, man.
Wait, I'll get that.
As you guys see, we have
everybody.
Yeah, we got special guests in the house tonight. We got the Fantasy Frontline, a big announcement. Get Right is growing. We have these guys. We're bringing them on the show, bringing them on the channel. That is. So what's up to Tim? What's up to AJ from the Fantasy Frontline podcast? How's it going, gentlemen?
What's going on? I'll let you go first, Tim.
All right, what's going on, everybody? I'm Tim, a.k.a. Reese. This is my co-host down here at the bottom, AJ. And, yeah, we're just super excited to be able to join you guys. And, you know, thanks for welcoming us on the show.
Absolutely. So let's get into it, man. We're talking, what is it, week 4, Dustin? Week 4, news, injuries, overreaction. A lot of stuff going on, man. We're a month in. And now it's time to either panic or start to just dig your heels in and start getting some value out of some players and people panicking because it's that time. Got to make moves, man. You know, if you're 1-3, 0-4, the time is now. So
time is now. Yeah.
A lot of things
that
going
boat,
on.
man.
I have to be honest. I don't call this an overreaction.
That's
we can't even call this an overreaction this week. It's more so just a reaction.
Okay. I like that. Yeah. Just now we're here.
A lot of stuff
bobbing and weaving.
Week, right?
I've got some
reactions. Huge weekend of football, man. Huge weekend of football.
Like Brady's back.
We lost a lot of good troopers this weekend.
Definitely. Let's start there, man. Let's talk about the elephant in the room. Let's do it. Javonte.
Yeah, I don't want to be the one to bring it up.
I'll do it, man. Hey, I'll rip the Band-Aid off. Javonte Williams.
Let's recap.
What?
Recap
what?
Can we Tim, you want to recap tonight's game? Some of us didn't see it.
Oh, you're gonna do them like that?
You gonna pick on the Rams, man?
You're gonna make him
his own. All right. I'll give y'all the quick recap. The Rams are not what they were last year. So realistically, it's not looking good. The offense looks terrible. The O-line looks bad. Rasta, go ahead and get your shot in. I know you're a 49ers fan.
I'm just listening.
I wasn't actually overly surprised by that. The 49ers have 7 straight regular season wins against the Rams. So, like, I think maybe a lot of people are going to overreact to this. The Rams are going to bounce back next week. There's nobody in the NFC to really be too scared of besides Rodgers and Brady and Jalen. But I know if it all comes down to it, I'm going to take Stafford over the Eagles, but I don't know over the other two guys.
It's tough, man.
Reese, if you don't bring up that one, hey, that 7-1 is huge. If you don't bring that up,
no, man, it's not a good look. I mean, I love Sean McVay, but it seems like Kyle Shanahan definitely just has his number. I mean, there's not a whole lot for me to say. Like, it's hard to watch at this point.
It's 4 games in. Not really like the Rams aren't going to be.
Do you wish you had Jared Goff back?
No, man. I mean, at the end of the day, we got a championship. You know, like it's hard to want to take that back. Actually, I can never want to take that back. You know, I'll take the ups and downs as they come. But as far as I'm concerned, it's still a W.
Wow. Are you talking about the QB1 this week in week 4?
Whew,
Jared Goff?
lit it up though, didn't he?
The 26 with 378 and four tutties? That Jared Goff?
The man. I mean, he looked like a number one overall.
Hey,
pick.
touchdowns.
Who's a better quarterback?
Come on, guys.
Between-
Jared
we
Goff's
haven't-
not
hey,
a better
we-
quarterback
we
than
haven't
Matthew
used no
Stafford.
time.
What are we even talking about?
Yeah.
Is
Somebody
Jared
lost.
Goff or Geno Smith? Hey, is Jared Goff or Geno Smith a better quarterback? Which one's going to the Hall of Fame?
I mean, I guess Jared Goff is a better quarterback. I mean, the Lions are putting up the most points in the NFL right now.
Yeah.
Okay, now Jared Goff's
What,
winning a
1
Super
and
Bowl.
3?
No,
And giving up the
like,
most,
why are we
right?
comparing? These two
That's not on
comparisons
Goff.
made aren't even close, bro.
All right, you guys.
I'm not even gonna talk about the Hall of Fame statement, but yeah, I
There
mean,
it is.
Goff is a great streaming option right now.
Yeah, I'm not touching him. I'm still just. I can't do it.
right into the sunset with all my Jalen Hurts shares.
Exactly.
Wow.
Niners. I have to recap it. We'll wrap it up with the bow. Niners 24, Rams 9. On your
I wanted
Monday
to
night-
keep going.
Nah, we'll wrap it up there. We got to get through the show, man.
Does
yeah.
A-Rob have the
just
best
gotta get
cardio in all of
Holy
football? What
He
else
does.
does that guy do?
All cardio team.
He runs 30 routes a game and gets
Okay.
2 targets. And oh my god, he just finessed the Rams for $48 million.
Sorry. Hey.
Terrible. All right. Well, I'm moving
Sorry,
this
Reese,
on.
but well.
I'm moving the train wreck on. We'll get off of this.
Yeah.
Let's get back
Please.
to that injury news, man. The biggest topic of the night is going to be Javonte Williams, man. Torn ACL, PCL, LCL. I think it's all shredded from what I've heard. Different reports kind of coming out. We'll see over the next, few weeks, I'm sure, to the extent of what this injury is, or we may not, even know for sure. It's interesting that this much did come out about it already. But either way, what do you guys think here? I mean, what's, how does this change? Obviously, Melvin Gordon went out. He's dealing with some fumble issues, back-to-back games, multiple fumble games. What are you guys thinking
Yeah,
here?
but he's
We'll
still
go
the
to
man,
Frank.
dude. You're not going to go away from him.
Yeah, but they picked up Latavius Murray, and I think they can work a little. It's going to be split between.
Who do
them
you like?
two.
Who do you like better, Latavius Murray or
No, obviously I
Mike?
like Melvin Gordon more, but
I'm talking about the number 2. I mean, Melvin Gordon moves up to the number 1, but are we talking Mike Boone or Latavius Murray? Because I'll take Murray.
Yeah,
yeah, I'll take Murray.
really. Yeah, see, I'm not
I've
even
seen
touching
Boone
Murray.
taking a lot.
Didn't Murray just score a touchdown this
I'd take
past
Boone.
So
weekend?
He did, but I'm not touching him, man. That's just me personally.
But that's how the Broncos
to me, this
run their
is just a
system. They run
backfield
with
to
the
avoid.
committee. So
Yeah,
no matter
just-
what type of backs they have, they're going to use more than one.
Yeah, my whole thing is I'm just kind of avoiding these guys altogether. Like I'm not going out spending any FAAB. I'm not wasting a waiver claim on these guys. I don't think any of them are league winners. Most likely Gordon, is already on somebody's bench. Obviously he has value now. Maybe you can make trades or do something like that if you
Yeah.
are looking for like a flex type guy. But for me, just in general, I'm pretty much kind of staying away. I'll let other people, go spend their FAAB and waste their claims on those. And then, wait for that potential league winner, that might be coming down the pike later.
let me ask you guys this: as far as dynasty goes, because obviously people throw him on the wire as soon as he gets injured. I'm like, I might give you a 4th, something like that. But looking at 15 months out, what would you guys do in dynasty? Like, what are you guys looking at? What's too much? What's too little?
For Latavius Murray?
No, Javonte.
Oh,
Didn't you
Javonte?
say you got an
Sorry,
offer
for
already
Javonte.
for him?
Yeah,
AJ?
I've gotten an
Well,
offer for
he got thrown up in our league, and I threw up an offer or two, and I was like, I got ignored, so I was like, okay, let me guess, you went like CMC for him or something like that, like I don't know where to pin it.
I got offered Dylan.
But
in
when
the
you're
first,
looking
and I
at
thought it was a pretty good
just from
offer.
what I see, torn ACL, LCL, PCL, at least 15 months.
Yeah,
You got offered. What was that again?
Dylan in the first.
Dylan
I'd take it. I'd take it.
Sitting on it.
You'll take it
'Cause my
fourth?
team's not exactly like
No, first. Dylan in a
first.
first.
I'm 0-4 in that league. Have a bunch of
Yeah.
picks, so like he can really just waste away on my bench and be a valuable piece later on.
I mean, do you think he makes a recovery after that kind of an extensive injury? I mean, J.K. Dobbins does look nice. I'm sure we'll get into that here, later today or tonight. But is that something, long term? Just while we are talking on it here, like for dynasty purposes, is that an investment you're willing to make, or as a Javonte Williams owner, are you literally considering getting what you can for him? Is he going to be that explosive player that he's been coming back after this?
I think it's just because it's only one share. That's why I'm trying to hold on so tight. Like I'm, just in case like whatever happens. You never know. Like he can, like how many IR spots are filled with Calvin Ridley in my dynasty team right now. So it's like, I can wait.
I'm kind of at the point where,
I got Will Fuller.
Oh yeah, you could let that go.
Yeah, see, I think I would hold on to him and just wait. Even after this injury, there's the doctors and everything that's going on. People are recovering a lot better than they used to. It's not career enders anymore. You know what I mean? Like people come back from these like on the regular now, and like sometimes even stronger. Like some dudes are at least they got that break, so they're back to full healthy, no injuries and all that kind of stuff. So they're coming in strong. So I would hold on to him. I wouldn't be doing nothing crazy. I mean, that's obviously why he was drafted number 1, right? Or around number 1.
Yeah,
J.K. Dobbins took 15 months. 13, sorry.
Yeah, but look at his comeback. All right.
Yeah, he came back strong.
Dobbins is someone that I'm looking for next year to be a bigger name because I'm always looking for a guy that's a year removed from the injury like Saquon.
Right. We'll say.
And when Dobbins was healthy, he was averaging 6 yards a carry.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
If he gets back to that, then I want that on my team.
There you go.
Exactly.
All right.
I agree, but JK is not Saquon. Sorry.
I don't know. We'll see. We never got to see.
Yeah,
all right, man.
JK did that on very limited touches.
True.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll move it on there. I'm sure it'll get brought up a little bit, more later on. So again, those are all thoughts on those guys. Obviously Boone and now Latavius Murray are going to be, hot waiver ads. Just to see how that kind of shakes out. Because again, with Gordon banged up, there's no guarantee he plays this week either. So, who knows what they do. All right. So moving on, we'll go to kind of the biggest name, the 101.
Our sponsors.
Oh, there you go. Well done. Jonathan Taylor, man. Everyone was there. You go. You can leave it up. Jonathan Taylor, test came back on his ankle. They said they were negative. They're saying he actually has a chance to play. They said he wouldn't have played today if they did practice, since they do play on Thursday against the Broncos. So what are you guys' thoughts here? Are we picking up? I mean, most likely Hines is there. I've heard, Philip Lindsay's most likely the guy that they'll call up off the practice squad. They also have, I think, like Dion James there as well, who is the only other active running back this week. So what do you guys think about, Lindsay, Hines, and James, or whoever that is?
I think it's Dion Jones.
Dion James Jones, something like that. I don't know.
I think they're going to be throwing the ball a lot this week. I don't think they're going to rely too much. If you're going to use anybody, Hines is the guy to use. I don't trust Lindsay. I mean, we know he's a decent back, but it's a 1 week rental, maybe 2 at best, and it's not something I'm willing to spend my FAAB on. So if I don't have Hines, I'm avoiding it.
Nice. Anybody else?
I'm canceling my FAAB as you say that.
This has nothing to do with the player.
Yeah, I wouldn't touch it with the football.
I want them to sit Jonathan.
Some people may have Nyeen Hines already or not, but I wouldn't touch it with the 10 football. There's nobody to go after over there. Even if you did, what you're going to get, like you said, 1 or 2 weeks at the most, and it's going to be a crapshoot.
Yeah.
All right.
For sure, dropping my dollar value on my FAAB. Thank you guys.
Reduce those FAABs.
Because I was in. Thank you. Hey, make a note of that. Okay.
Perfect.
I think the Colts have like the 20th ranked PFF rushing grade as far as their O-line goes, and Philip Lindsay is probably the only one that's available, and he's not a fantastic runner. It's just not worth the time.
Agreed. All right, I'm there with you. We'll move
For the
on
record, For the record,
Yeah.
since we talked about, sorry, Mr. CEO. Since
No,
we
go ahead,
talked
go ahead.
about my man, one of us get his name right. It's Dion Jackson. Jamie just emailed me right now. I told him pull
It's
it up.
Samsonite.
Hey,
Put some respect on his name.
yeah.
Some
There's got to be a
respect on that
Dion
name,
Jones in
right?
the league, and he's getting picked up based on our
Hey,
show.
he didn't even make my show notes. I was just going off memory. I just kind of remember seeing the name on a depth chart somewhere. I was trying to recall it.
But we talked about Ashton Doolin. Hey, but we can't get Dion Jackson. Sorry, Dion.
Sorry,
if you're
Dion.
watching.
Yeah. Hey, come on. We'll be more than happy to have you on. Cordell Patterson. Yeah, Cordell Patterson. This was a shock, man. We saw him kind of come back. He literally was in surgery today. I guess when you're 30 plus years old, you get something like that. You can't wait for swelling to go down. You got to get in there and get it fixed right away. They immediately place him on IR, which means he's out a minimum of 4 games, could be longer. So we're looking at Tyler Algier. Interestingly enough, he split carries on basically 50-50 with Caleb Huntley.
Hasn't looked like a scrub either.
Yeah.
Honestly.
So, and he got every goal line carry. Algier or Algier, however you say it. Algier. He wasn't in there, man. On the goal line, which was unfortunate for me. I have a lot of best ball shares in him. I think he's my most exposed guy that I had in best ball this year in my 70 plus entries. But he's not getting to goal line work. So let me throw it over to let's go, Frank. I haven't heard from you too much tonight. What are you thinking about this Atlanta backfield? Are you spinning up on Algier and Huntley if they're there?
Algier, yes. Huntley, I wouldn't be moving on that. Just really not too excited about him. But I do like Algier. I like the numbers. I like what he was doing. So he's the one I'm choosing.
All right. What about let's go to AJ.
Yeah, I think Algier is probably going to be the hottest waiver wire ad this week. I wouldn't be surprised. He's definitely a flex play for me if you find a way to get him on your roster.
I have him stashed in a lot of my redraft leagues. What about you, Tim?
Yeah, if he's not on anybody's roster, I'm willing to spend upwards of like 30% of my FAAB on him. I think this is going to be a long-term thing with Cordell Patterson. If he does come back, we'll see. I don't know how severe it is. But realistically, the guy's 31 years old, 30, whatever the hell.
I was about to say that he's older.
Yeah. Can I say one more thing?
Yeah, go for it.
I think when things happen like this is how you get league winners off of the waiver wire. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I would be moving aggressively to get Algier on my roster because like Javonte going down, a lot of people that have Gordon, even though he has a fumbling issue, you get that fixed up real quick, and that's a potential league winner on your roster that you got in the 13th, 14th round.
Mm-hmm. Algier is only 32% owned in sleeper leagues, only 32%. So he's going to be out there. Honestly, if you're in you in 0 RB, this is what you live for. To me, I think you're spending, if you're in a 0 RB build, you're spending 40, 45. I mean, we saw Jimmy Garoppolo go for 100% budget in super flex leagues. So when you have a guy like this, if they really need that, especially the Javonte owner this week, I think you're going to have to spend, 35, 40, maybe even 50% of your FAAB, of a full budget. So I'm thinking at least $50 gets Algier this week.
Yeah.
Hey, we can't argue. So to go over stats, 10 rushes, 84 yards, and a touchdown. No, I drafted him. He's not available in any leagues. So I just feel better sitting on him this long. I drafted him. I was literally telling my boys 2 nights ago, I'm like, hey, I always feel like I should say Cordell, but Cordell Patterson. He was injured. We didn't know what was going to happen, right? Obviously, we didn't wake up to take out Kamara, which I don't know if we're going to touch that subject. But I was telling these guys, it's Algier time. Once he went out, I didn't wish injury on anybody, but it's Algier season.
Kind of how I felt about Gordon, honestly, when Javonte went down. Of course, I don't wish anything upon anybody, but I don't know, they were kind of looked pretty equal to me, even though Javonte was.
But I don't know.
Well, a perfect example of that to me is Jamal Williams, right? DeAndre Swift goes down. And you get Jamal Williams in here finishing, I think, RB6.
Too soon, Ant. Too soon.
I'm just saying.
Jamal Williams.
Man, I sat CMC in a league for Jamal, and I felt like shit. Honestly, hey, for lack of better terms, I couldn't sleep right. I was like, man, that's a tough call to make. And then CMC had a decent game.
Yeah. At least he didn't go off crazy, but yeah. That catch was ridiculous, though.
Oh yeah.
You see that catch? Nice. He ran the seam and just went up over everybody. I'm like, why are they not getting this guy the ball 25 times a game? Like, I don't understand it. Like,
I don't think they think
Baker hates him.
His body can handle the workload.
I guess so, man. They're like protecting him a lot. I hope it turns around later. Like, so to me, I'm like doubling down, tripling down on CMC. If I can buy him low right now from somebody, like, go get him if you can. So if you can get like take Damian. We'll save that for Wednesday.
Gonna be willing to, because everybody's like, but he has so much potential. Right? Like nobody wants to sell him low.
He's starting to rumble, right? Hey, if you can even get him, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Just you never know. People might just be worried, especially with him popping up on that injury list with that thigh. But just like he said, if he goes pee, it's going to end up on the injury report. So it just is what it is. All right, man. So let's move on. We'll get on to another big topic of the week. Tua Tagovailoa, man. This guy got slammed down to the ground. We all saw him throwing up gang signs to everybody. But in all seriousness, we're glad he's okay. Obviously, test came back negative, everything like that. We have to have a little fun here, guys. You guys roast me, made me feel bad for that. That was crazy.
Hey, like you trust the test.
Damn,
I liked it.
We're gonna trust the test after this.
You guys let me down there. I thought I would get a little chuckle. You guys are, man. We'll cut that out.
Hey, nobody wanted to be that guy.
Right. Yeah, you don't want to be that guy. I like that. I'll do it.
Hey, we don't want to be Wisconsin.
No, man. But in all seriousness, obviously he's been.
I did not expect that from you, Ant. I'm proud of you.
I was trying, man. I'm trying to lighten up the show. I guess it didn't work. I guess I don't have the persona for it. I was trying. Stick to my day job. So he's in. So we got Teddy Bridgewater coming in. He's going to start this week. In Superflex leagues, most likely. I mean, is Teddy Bridgewater someone you're, looking to throw in your lineups? Obviously, he has the weapons. Tyreek Hill, we've seen him, throw almost a better deep ball. I think he's more capable, at this point than Tua, from what it seems like, considering they connected on basically their first one. Obviously, with the whole week of practice and things like that. Who knows, what happens there. He was obviously decent, until he got that concussion last year with the Broncos. So, what do you guys think with Teddy? Or was that 2 years ago he's on the Broncos? Or was that this year?
It was like 2 years ago. It was like two.
Was that? I'm off.
Yeah.
Who was he with last year?
Maybe he was.
Tua?
Yeah. No, Teddy.
I mean, Teddy's with the Broncos last year.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. See,
he's bounced around that much. Yeah.
I guess so. It seems like he had another pit stop in there somewhere. I'm trying to get my camera back on too, but yeah. So someone take this over, man. What are you guys thinking of Superflex? Are you?
I mean, going Fortune to 23, 193 yards and 1 touchdown. Just having to jump into the game is not bad, and I think with the full weeks of practice, I mean, hopefully he keeps the team together because Hill and help me out. I'm freaking always slip the guy's name. Waddle, thank you.
Got you.
Are killing it. You know what I mean? And running backs coming up and helping out as well. So I think he stands a chance. I mean, if you have to do a week buy or for him, like I wouldn't just jump on him or something like that. But I think they have a chance with him.
I guess I'm just a vulture because the way I work in Superflex leagues is like I'll go pick up that backup and I'll badger the person with Tua for a trade so he has Teddy Bridgewater to back him up. I'll try to throw a sprinkle on top to get something, or I just want him on my team because
he sounds like
any quarterback, anything can happen with the quarterback. Anything can happen.
Absolutely,
so
I agree.
That's why having Cooper Rush is so valuable.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, who do the Dolphins play next week? They got the Jets. Yeah, they got the Jets.
Yeah.
For example, I pulled.
Yeah, I'll go with
Media liked it.
Yeah,
I pulled DK from somebody in a dynasty league because he has Lamar Jackson and he didn't want Lamar Jackson without Tyler Huntley. So I threw something together with Tyler Huntley and I got DK Metcalf.
There you go.
Pretty low.
That's a smart deal right there.
Wow.
man.
Well done. And DK actually performing this year in PPR. He hasn't been putting up that bad of weeks either. So
Not
Yeah.
at all. He had 100
Not at all.
yards.
yeah, I was
But,
gonna say yeah, and he's been racking up those targets. So yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. No,
What else happened to DK, Matt?
It's an
You
inside.
got you got
Yeah,
carted
no.
off the field. We all know that. See, I took that joke out. Go ahead.
Expected to play next week. He's expected to play next week, just so everybody knows.
He couldn't make that walk.
You couldn't make the walk. He went Paul Pierce on him. All right, so
Yeah.
all right, so I guess.
Hey,
that's enough
sorry,
about-
Reese. Hey.
Oh yeah, what were you saying? Are you good?
I mean, if you're in a super flex and you got like Davis Mills as your quarterback too or something, Teddy Bridgewater worth the pickup. He's worth the start. I mean, he's as good as any QB2 in my thought process. You're going against the Jets. The defense isn't that great. He's got the weapons to make something good happen after a week of full practice.
Hey, I'll
Bro, what's
start
crazy is Teddy
start him
Bridgewater
over
can get
Baker.
like 13 points in one play just from throwing a simple screen to Waddle or Tyreek. So he's worth the start almost considering week to week if you're weak at QB2 because of the weapons.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, yeah. Those weapons make him dangerous. All right, so we'll
Can't
move
argue
on.
that.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so the last kind of big injury
Frank,
thing I want to get to.
Frank, do you want to
go
get the questions?
Yeah, I was thinking
Oh, yeah.
James
Go
Villa's
ahead.
got something going on.
Frank, you want to get?
Yeah. So thoughts on this trade? I got offered send Hurts, Eckler, J-Rob, Curtis Samuel to get Russ, Dalvin Cook, Pierce, Madison, Gabe Davis, half PPR. Thanks, y'all.
Do it.
Hey, why don't you guys just switch logins and just switch teams?
Yeah.
Just
Yeah, I
that's
don't
too
get
many
big
people
trades
for
like
me
that, but-
personally. Like when you start having to get in that much quantity, to
Yeah.
me, just the quality is not there. You're trying to just like even stuff out. I'm not a big fan of these like 4 or 5 player trades. Like I'd rather involve another person and keep it to like where everyone gives up 1 or 2 players, like at max. Unless it's like dynasty and you're involving picks and stuff like that, that's a little different because it's kind of like currency. But yeah, as far as like players and redraft doing these kind of trades, I mean, if it makes your team better and you feel more comfortable, go right ahead. But otherwise, like if you're trying to look for value, it's just kind of all muddled, just in my opinion.
First of all, you're not sending Hurts and you're not sending James Robinson. Those are the 2 biggest mistakes you're making.
Well,
right there.
Eckler,
Yeah,
before
Eckler
James
too.
Robinson.
Yeah, but I think since
Yeah.
J-Rob's
I wouldn't
been more
worry about
consistent,
J-Rob.
that's why I brought up J-Rob first. The Eckler had a big week this week, and I think a lot of the running backs are going to be playing catch up because of the slow start. But
Yeah, but even Eckler's bad weeks are still been decent in PPR.
Yeah,
like
still getting
J-Rob had like a 2-point game this week, so that's at least
Yeah.
consistent.
Yeah.
Just not to try to, I don't mean to like that, but I'm just saying like, I don't know. I'd rather give me the guy out with like Herbert on that offense,
Yep.
versus J-Rob. So just in my opinion. So I'd rather keep that, those guys regardless of, who you're getting over there. So yeah, that's
Yeah. If I were
definitely
James,
don't send that off.
I'd just
That's
hammer back down
definitely no.
to 1 or 2 players, and it wouldn't be the top guys anyways in this whole scenario. So, I think they just need to narrow down, like you're saying. Way too many players to be traded away. Like, why would you even bother with starting with that many?
Yeah, that's a lot.
That's half your lineup,
That's
man.
enough of that.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, that's crazy. All right, so we got Stephen Joe here saying, go ahead, Frank, read it off. Sorry to hear
What up,
myself
fellas?
talk. Go ahead.
Trade Lamb and Everett for Gordon, Pittman, and Hawkinson. Who wins?
I would lean Gordon.
I want the
Pittman
Gordon
and Hawkinson.
Pittman and Hawkins.
Yeah, I'll take that side too there.
Only because
Yeah,
Hawkinson just went off.
Lamb's starting to come too, but Gordon just got the starting job. Pittman's a target monster, and Jared Goff
you've
seems to
seen
love
what-
Hawkinson.
Yeah, you've seen what he's capable of doing, so yeah, I'll take that. All right,
So
go get it done.
Unanimous?
Yeah, go get it done. I think we're
Yeah,
unanimous.
because
All 5. That's tough. I don't know,
that's
Dustin.
that.
Are you with that one? Oh yeah, you said yeah, Gordon side for sure.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
Thoughts on
What's up,
Kittle
Anthony?
rest of the season or trade?
Hey, Ant, will you
Kittle.
let them know if they're not seeing their chat? Sorry, Frank.
Oh yeah, if you guys aren't seeing your chat, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button for us. It's how we kind of filter out the bots and stuff like that. So yeah, if you're not seeing your comment come up, just hit that subscribe button, throw your comment in there. If you don't like what you have to say, you can unsubscribe after, but just throw that subscribe in there. Give us shoot your comment. We'll get to it. Go ahead.
So thoughts on Kittle rest of the season or trade?
I mean, the talent is there.
That's who are you going to get, right?
Yeah. Who are you going to get that's going to make you
It's
feel
tough to trade tight ends because if you trade it, you're just going to be streaming it. So I just stick with Kittle because he's going to pop off a couple games.
Yeah, I think
More than someone that you'd pick up off the waiver wire would.
I think Kittle ends up a top 5.
Top 5? What about you, Frank?
It's not hard to do.
I wouldn't start him. Drop him. Get a new guy. Don't even worry about it. Nobody's going to pick him up.
He said just drop.
Who are you going to get?
Hey, drop.
Seriously. I know, seriously, it's like the guy said, you can't really trade him. What are you going to get with them? You know what I mean? But you can, if you feel like you want to pick somebody off the waiver wire and stress yourself out and figure out who you want to start each week. You could go that route, right? But you're pretty much stuck with them.
You changed
right?
quick.
I'm saying.
Hey, you changed hella quick.
He did say in all seriousness. He's throwing a joke out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me.
Now, but look at Hawkinson.
Yeah. I'm selling Kittle if I can,
Sorry.
personally. Yeah. No, I mean, that's just where I'm at. So.
Anyway, I'm talking about Hawkinson. I traded him away to Dustin here.
Oh, there you go. Well, I think the big part of the whole, just one last little touch on the Kittle thing. With Trent Williams being out, they're going to keep Kittle in blocking a little more, I think. So, versus the routes run, they have a lot of weapons there, and they're really hurting. Plus, our backup tackle that came in for Trent got hurt in this game too. So I don't really expect his numbers to be that big. I think they're going to hold him on the line to help out, when we play those edge rushers. So just my opinion. All right.
Oh, good stuff over here coming up here. So evening, guys. I was wondering what your thoughts are on Pittman. Where I'm at this point, I'm almost straight up trade him out for Ertz.
Do not do that.
Yeah, no.
Do not do that.
Too early for all that, man. He's the number one
This is why it's an overreaction show, right?
Yeah, overreact.
Had Kevin Byard on him. It was understandable why he had a slow weekend.
Yeah.
He'll be back.
Yeah, Pittman's fine. Pittman's fine.
I mean, he's got a game of 27.
No, if we were talking about Pitts, get rid of him.
I'm that guy.
Also, don't do that.
I'm considering it, bro. It's hard.
I'm just kidding.
So I just thought this was a good part of the conversation anywhere because we are helping Lucius out. And so I told you, my guy, remember when you were scared about Henry, trust my guy. And he did have, obviously, Henry's having some solid games. I do remember that I didn't deal him based on that conversation.
There we go.
He kept on to, Henry, and he's, doing what we're all talking about, basically. He'll get you a win.
I saw this here, since this is the waiver show. Aljair, worth the number one pick. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
We were talking about that earlier. I had mentioned, anywhere between 30 to 50% of your FAAB, 30 to $50, or double that for 200 FAAB leagues, easily. It's just worth the chance. I mean, because you're going to get it long term. Like that's the difference between. That's why you don't want to spend all your money on Jeff Wilson, because eventually Mitchell's coming back, and it just might be a split to where you don't want either one of those guys, but it's going to be him, ideally. So we'll see. What else we got?
Hey guys, what do you think about trading Swift for Chase straight up?
I'd do it.
Yeah, I would. In a PPR league, I would.
I can't.
No hesitation, I would do it.
I can't.
The emergence of Jamal Williams just makes it more certain that it's.
I agree with you guys, but I can't.
Jamal Williams didn't do anything he hasn't done before when Swift got hurt.
Yeah, he scored 5 touchdowns. What do you mean?
Look, he scored last year when Swift got
Let him know, Reed.
This 4 games into the year, he scored 5 touchdowns last year. No, he didn't.
It's just touchdowns aren't
Swift
predictable.
Is that dude, but Dan Campbell loves Jamal Williams, and he's gonna get touches. He's gonna get touches every game. It's gonna happen.
I think there's more receivers to pick up than there are running backs, and then he goes in his. And he goes in his next comment. My running backs are Mixon, Swift, and AJ Dillon. Which is more reason why you don't get rid of.
Yeah, I'm keeping. I like AJ Dillon, but he's had some very off weeks, so I'd probably keep Swift.
There it is. All right, what about you, Frank? You've had some time to think. You're the deciding vote. We got 2-4.
I'm a Swift owner, so I'm a Swift owner, and
good perspective right here. So this is realistic. So where are you at?
Thinking
about it. You've been thinking about it. We're tied 2-2. We got you right here, Jack.
I'd probably take Chase.
Oh, there it is. As a Swift owner, he would take Chase.
I told you, Reese. Hey, it was too soon.
But you know, we'll
Reese is
probably eat
too
our
good,
words at
man.
the end of the year because
It's
he
any
always
given-
comes back solid later on. So
Now, this is a
Yeah.
little different, though. He does have Mixon. Does this change it for you, AJ, since you and I were for the trade? Having
No.
Mixon, does that change it for you?
I'm not against having the same running back and same wide receiver in the team that's playing scared. They're both on high. They're both on high-powered
scoring
offenses. Why not?
Yeah,
All
I
right.
agree with
They'd
that.
be started anyway on every other team, right? So why not
Right.
start on yours? Are we all, everybody still holding their ground?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Horrible take, boys.
pretty tough here. So
There it is.
Hey, horrible
well, I
take,
guess
boys.
we're
No, I'm
tied
just-
again. Martin says keep Swift, hands down.
You know
Man,
what? I'll
Thank you,
throw up
Mark.
a poll on Twitter. I'll throw up a poll on Twitter
Thank
later, and
you.
we'll let the public decide.
Let's do it.
this.
Let's do it. He'll work on it. All right, man. And make sure you
Yep.
follow him on Twitter.
Hey,
At
in my
FFT
notes, to make sure to vote
AJ.
against that poll.
Yeah, you better write it down. And again, for those of you guys who don't know,
Vote,
this is Tim
vote
and AJ
against
from the
AJ's
fantasy.
poll.
I'm talking during my read, man. You're messing up their promo. I'm trying to tell the people. It's all good, dude.
hey,
But yeah, just go follow the Fantasy Frontline, man. Check out the description. There are links in there. Go hit them with the subscribe. New here to the Get Right Fantasy Network, man. You'll be checking them out. They drop their podcast on Thursdays, so make sure you check it out. Hopefully, we'll be dropping that both on their channel. Of course, go subscribe and ours here as well. So we're still working all that out. But yeah,
Yes,
so
sir.
keep the questions coming, guys. If you have any questions here about waivers or anything else, you know, your wins, your losses, throw in the chat. We want to hear about it. So other than that, go ahead,
Martin's
man.
all talk
I didn't mean to
about-
cut you off, Dustin.
Oh, sorry.
What were you gonna say? Oh, my bad. Go ahead. What'd you have?
I was
Keep all
just
three?
saying, Martin is talking about keep all three running backs. They're dropping like flies. Look what just happened this week. And yeah, it's always you got to keep 5, 6 of them in the stable if you can.
5 or
I
6.
mean,
Because they're dropping
You
like
just went
flies is why I'm
against
not
that, Frank.
scared. Next guy up mentality.
you have to start running backs. A, B, Higgins is producing almost similar to Chase, realistically.
Mm-hmm.
For now,
I think Chase was overdrafted
4
in the
games
first.
in.
How
I'll
much
take
did-
Chase.
How much did
It's
Swift
4
score
games
this
in.
week?
Hey, did
Chase.
Frank just change his pick?
I think you did.
And then we win?
I think you did. Well, we were back to fight anyway.
Hey, Frank
because
will let us
Martin,
know. Hey,
Yeah, I think he went back there because of Martin anyway. So
Polls up.
Warrior,
Go check it out.
go check it out. Warrior Loft says
It's already
I have
up?
Diggs. Yeah, I have Diggs and Adams already. I also have Chubb, Robinson, and Damian Pierce. I'm pretty much set. Do you guys think Hall will develop into a solid RB2? Should I trade Allen Lazard for Brees Hall?
That's a good trade.
Mm.
I do it.
that's a
I
paragraph.
think the
man.
upside.
Great,
I think it's a
hey, great
pretty loud.
punctuation.
I know it helps make it clear to read. I appreciate that, Warrior.
I think it's pretty lateral. if you feel more comfortable with your RB depth, then I wouldn't make the trade. You know, if you feel you need more running backs, make the trade.
Yeah, so far those running backs have been healthy. They're producing. Robinson a little down weak, but I didn't really expect much less from an Eagles defense. That's been hot. I thought it was going to be an NTN week. Instead, it was freaking Agnew going off for 2 touchdowns and like 40-something yards. I'm like, what? That was so ridiculous, man. I'm so upset about that. Anyway, so we'll move on.
AJ voted on his own poll.
There he goes.
Wow.
I like
We're
that.
just
I'm gonna have to get on it.
Just to say, I'd rather stick with Brees
I was
Hall
looking to see if
over Allen
anybody had voted
Lazard.
already.
I did.
Your Brees over Lazard.
Yeah, I would stick with Brees over Lazard on that.
All right.
I'm
I think
Brees
I'm with
over
you.
Lazard.
I think I'm Brees over Lazard.
Half
at the
PPR,
end
does
of the
that
day.
change anything? I see the comment under it.
Yeah, half PPR. That definitely makes it
No,
Brees.
I'd still
for
take
me.
Brees.
yeah. I think
That makes me want to take Brees more.
Yeah. All right, there we are. All right, so Stephen Joe saying, "Damn, I like the Lamb Everett trade for Hawk, pick Gordon, but the signing of Murray scares me."
Don't let it
He's
scare
just they have to get somebody else.
Yeah,
So
you got to back him up
This
too.
dude-
Yeah, exactly.
if Latavius Murray was somebody, he would have already been on the team and not on his couch up until last week. So nothing to worry about. That's just purely a depth move. Like if they lose Gordon too, like they're pretty much just kind of like done. Like just like in fantasy, if you lose your number
Well,
one,
my
your
guy
number
was
two,
scoring.
like you just.
I mean,
you
didn't
can't.
that happen with Denver already, quarterback wise?
in the past, I believe so. When
Yeah,
I don't
remember
know, the way I
last year,
see it
year
is you're
before last,
trading.
when they had
They had to play like Kendall Hinton, whatever the hell his name is.
the guy that
Yeah.
played quarterback in high school.
Yeah.
He's like, throw me
Yeah.
in as a pro game.
And Dustin threw him in there, and he lost because of that. Yeah.
Put me in the game,
I
coach.
remember that.
I lost
Straight
the whole league because of that, because I tried to play the tight end bullshit.
That man straight up played Rudy in an NFL game.
Man. Lucius was saying
I'm just
something
saying,
about
that
Kyle
could
Pitts.
happen again to Denver. You know what I mean? Have
Retype
their
their
go down.
question again. Retype
It was the
question
one
again.
about that would he trade Kyle Pitts for Ertz in a redraft?
Oh, it was for
He meant
Pitts?
to say instead of Pittman, he meant to say Pitts.
Oh.
No, you should better pick up Ertz over Pitts. Pitts sucks.
At this point,
I might take
Hey, all of us.
Armpits. That's what we're gonna start calling him, armpits.
Hey, it's hard not to say, hey, get Ertz.
yeah, I think I lean Ertz. I own Pitts, and it's brutal.
If it's dynasty, it's not even a question, but this is season long.
Yeah, in redraft for sure. You're welcome, Warrior. We're here for you, man.
And if Taysom Hill
make su-
wasn't hurt, he'd be scoring more points than him already for sure.
Yeah,
But I
we'll
think
see.
he already has more points anyways.
He
Yeah, I
probably
think
does.
so. At one game, I think I lost my $1 just on that. But Warrior, make sure you get in that description for us, man. Go throw a subscribe over to the Fantasy Frontline here. These guys, the links in the description. Make sure you go check them out. And hit that subscribe button for us as well too. So we appreciate that. Let's see. Stephen Joe says we got a bunch of Cowboy fans here. Do we think there's a legit QB controversy?
No.
So I'll let you guys take this away. Nah.
Cooper's crushing it, bro.
Yeah.
I'm the non-Cowboy
good.
fan.
Dude,
I've
whatever.
seen-
He's winning the game.
Since the
Cooper
Cowboys are
Crush?
winning,
It's
it's just
controversy.
You guys agree
the
with
way
this?
it works is no, he's not going to beat.
He said
He's not going to beat the Rams or the Eagles.
I'm glad you feel
Dak's
better.
coming back for the Eagles game. I promise you, Dak will be back for the Eagles game because they're going to rush him back because they want to beat the Eagles because it's Sunday Night Football. It's prime time, and yeah, that's the game everybody wants. That's to me, that's like the most hyped game of the season up to this point after the Bills and the Chiefs next Sunday night because I'm excited for that game.
Awesome.
I don't know if it's Sunday night, but I think it's.
I heard Dak was trying to come back for this.
He's not
For
going to
next
make
week.
it.
Yeah, next week for the next
He's
game.
not
but-
going to make it. He can barely
Why
grip
come
the
back against the
football.
Rams when they're so easy to beat?
Come on, man. I'm right here.
I try not to even look at you. And even though it's on my phone, I try not to even look at you. Hey, Rams are favored by 6.
You guys got
That's Cowboys are covering that. They're going to win, but Cowboys are covering 6.
it. Ooh, put your,
Even
put your
Did you look at that offensive line? Parsons and Lawrence is going to get there once or twice.
Yeah, they
Or
probably will.
6.
If Bosa and them kind of teed off.
Parsons
on,
might not. Hey,
I
getting
can-
triple covered. Hey. But
It's
hey,
crazy
it's all
how
good.
it's flipped. The beginning of the year, it was like 32 pressures Parsons. The rest of the team 5 or 10. Now in the past 2 weeks, it's been like 5 pressures by Parsons and 28 by the rest of the team. So
Well,
it's
yeah, he's
like
starting to get double teamed now.
when you start to get it hammered, like people forget that we added Dante Fowler, we added Anthony Barr, like 2 guys that have been all pros in this league before, with Van Der Esch, who is still above average linebacker, which is all he
Well
needs to
said.
be in this type of defense.
Well said.
Hey, if this was part of the introduction, I would mute all you guys and let him just go for another like 10 minutes. Hey,
Hey, I was
Bring it on.
quiet. I was quiet. I let
Bring
you
it
guys
on.
have him on.
And then we don't. And the icing on the cake is we don't even have J-Ron Curse back. That's the last thing I'm gonna say.
Well said.
or Tyron Smith, or hey,
He's like,
okay. Or
Tyron Smith,
starting quarterback.
I didn't even think he was there when the training.
And
camp
didn't
started.
Zach Martin get rolled up on too, banged up last game?
Anthony,
Like,
1 minute.
yeah, he was
hey,
alright, though.
1 minute. Hey, we're talking here.
You got stepped
No, I
on.
was just saying. Yeah, you got to just worry about it. Just
No, he
That's
did.
a
You got
Cowboys
second.
field in the background for everybody
All right,
that doesn't
that's what I
know. That's a Cowboys field.
all right. So Lucius is saying here, thanks for the insight as always. Nice take on Swift. Are they saying he still won't be back until after the bye? My sources say yes. He's not expected to come back until after the bye, especially with the way Jamal Williams just played. Even though they lost, I don't think they're
rush.
rushing him back. One last one here, and we'll get on. What are your predictions, outlook of JT and the Colts O-line offense? Would you trade Nick Chubb and maybe a wide receiver for JT, or straight up Chubbs for JT? Chubb has been helping me 4-0. Yeah,
Why would you
don't
trade him if
if it
he's
ain't-
been
yeah.
helping you?
Yeah,
Unless
don't.
it's
Why change it?
doing that.
Yeah, I don't think you want to do that. I'd hold on to Chubb right now. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Frank's
No.
trading him.
Frank's saying yes. No, he's not. All right, so we'll move on, man. A guy I want to talk about Brian Robinson Jr. Man got attempted robbery, shot twice, went on IR, activated today, opened up the 21-day window for him to get called up to the active roster. We already saw him practicing, I think, only 2 weeks after the incident happened. Seen him doing agility. I don't know how he's able to do that and not just like start bleeding out. Like I have a paper cut 2 weeks later, like I still got a Band-Aid on. So I don't know how he's even like doing that. Like I can't even like write with a pen, and this guy's out here doing ladder drills with a hole in his leg. But yeah, I mean, big time lucky. Yeah, no, big time. Obviously, just the fact that we're even talking about it, the fact that he's here is great. So what do you guys think, man? I mean, I've been saying just every week, basically since week 1, he's always been my guy. Look ahead, throw him in your IR spot. Him and Jamal Williams. Those are just my 2 guys I have in almost every league, just stashed in my IR. What do you guys feel about Brian Robinson Jr.? You feel like Gibson seems like he was almost already starting to get phased out this week. So I'll throw it over to you, Tim. You look eager to answer this one. I want to hear your B-Rob take here.
I'm not huge on either of them. I think McKissick still gets his touches. Gibson's going to still steal a few touches. I think you're right. He is starting to get phased out of that offense. Brian Robinson's going to be an awesome goal line back. I believe the last 2 seasons, Antonio Gibson was 4th in the league in red zone touches. Mm-hmm. And I'm looking for Brian Robinson to steal at least half of them. So other than that, I don't.
The man had the starting job. Like they buried Gibson on the depth chart until he got shot.
I never dropped Brian Robinson. Just holding them on.
He got shot in the leg. All right, he needs those to run. It's not. I'm not saying he's going to be affected forever, but it's going to take him some time to get going. You may not see him, have really good games until week 7, week 8, week 9. Halfway through the season.
Fair. If he's on the waiver wire this week with this news, how much FAAB are you spending on him if he happens to be out there? And let's say you had to drop somebody and you don't have an IR spot. Is he worth having even if you don't have that IR spot?
Yeah, he's somebody I'll stash for sure.
Okay. What about you, Frank? How you feel?
I would pick him up if I could, and I would stash him in the IR if I could. Who would I drop for him? Yeah. Maybe the likes of Allen Robinson or somebody? I don't know.
Ooh, fire take. Let's go. I like it. Do it. Oh, he's talking out of spite right now. He's like, drop them all.
Drop Allen Robinson for nobody. Just drop him.
Hey, hate drop. We call those hate drops.
Yeah.
When you just drop someone.
Trust me. Nobody's going to pick him up.
Get him off there. Yeah.
You just be like, fine.
Entice somebody else to take your garbage. So, yeah, what about you, Dustin? What are your thoughts on Brian Robinson Jr.?
I stashed him. So in a lot of leagues where, I have it both ways. So I have leagues where I'm like, it's not enough IR spots and it's packed because, mind you, I went through Dak going down, Tua going down, and then Wentz, which I'm not going to wish anybody going down, but hey, may as well have gone down, right? So, in some leagues I'm just
association.
Hey, in leagues I'm not, I definitely had him. So if I had an open IR spot, I'm already sitting on him. So, but like I told somebody earlier, like I really don't want anybody from Washington, especially a running back. So I don't care what they do, honestly. So if I had a choice, like if it's like an Algier or Robinson, hey, shoot me Algier.
Fair. Yeah, I still think Algier over Robinson this week for sure. Because you're going to get instant, workload. We'll see what happens with it if he's able to stay efficient.
I'll take a Gallup. I don't know if I want to keep going or if we're supposed to keep going, but I'll take a Gallup over
Robinson. Okay, fair.
At this point, Dak loves Gallup, and Dak's gonna he trusts him with the 101. Of course, I obviously lean heavy blue and silver. So
here you go, Tim.
At this point, Noah Brown over Allen Robinson.
Okay, Noah Brown over Allen.
I like it.
Didn't Noah just get hurt?
Yeah.
It don't matter. It doesn't matter, Frank. No, I'm just kidding. Hey, Young Ho
Hey, Cooper Rush spent 5 years on the same team with Noah Brown, bro.
Right.
I'll actually take anybody on the Cowboys over anybody on the Redskins. And that's like outside of being a Cowboy fan.
Interesting.
Yeah, I don't agree with that.
Are we taking
And
Pickens
Allen Robinson?
or Robinson?
You said what?
Pickens or Brian Robinson this week?
Man, give me.
What'd you say? Sorry.
Pickens or Brian Robinson?
Pickens, 100%.
Give me Brian Robinson.
Brian.
Pickens, because I want to say pick it to Pickens.
Okay.
So I'm hoping that's a thing going
Shout
forward.
out.
That's why I want him. It sounds good.
Yeah, perfect segue. That was good. I like how you did that. But real quick, Frank, who are you? Robinson or Pickens?
Robinson.
All right. Taking the running back.
Running back. Hey, Frank is he's consistent on that though.
Yeah.
So
There it is. Should I trade Amari for Deontay full PPR? What's up, Benny? Who wants to take this one? AJ.
To me. If
Amari,
it's redraft, it's
Deontay.
kind of like the same to me.
Okay.
Just stick with what I have.
Stick with what you have. What about you, Tim? One way or the
I'm
other?
taking Deontay all day.
Okay.
The dude gets like 11, 12 targets a game.
Right. We'll take it. What about you, Dustin?
I like what Reese said, but with Pickett being in there,
Watson
say
coming back
it's a
soon.
lot of the second stringers. It just kind of makes me hesitant. Amari obviously has an upside as far as quarterbacks that are out there that are coming back. I don't like saying his name. Frank's gonna like bash me for saying his name, but he's obviously a better option. Deontay's great. He is getting the targets, not always getting the points, but it's a tough one. But I'm gonna stick with Amari on that one.
It's close. What about you, Frank?
Amari had a really solid game that one day, but I would say Deontay also because it is full PPR. It's just the touches. I mean, after 70 looks, they both just had an off game. So
Yeah, I'm not panicking.
Yeah, I think
on
Deontay. I'd take Deontay.
Yeah, I wouldn't have this problem because I have 0 shares of Cooper. I was just avoiding him. This
Bad
year.
move.
Just didn't want
Yeah, I
the
have no shares
situation.
of
Yeah,
Cooper
I
either.
was too.
Yeah. It's just bad. It's just
I was
something I didn't want to
avoiding
deal
all
with.
of those.
Yeah.
Best ball shares maybe, but no.
Yeah. All right. So how you guys feel about CMC currently and in the playoffs through week 17, 18? I'm also considering trading for him. So we kind of talked about this earlier. CMC.
I like the question. It's like, hey, he leads into like, I hate him, tough, but I also want him.
Yeah.
That's how we all feel. Hey, that's how we all feel.
It depends on the price. I mean, what do you have to trade to get him? I'm all for acquiring CMC. I think they're going to have to ride him more and more as the season goes on, especially if Matt Rule wants to save his job.
Would you trade? Go ahead.
I'd be trying to trade Najee for CMC.
Okay. What about?
You-
I don't like
hey.
doing those running back
Yeah,
trades. I mean,
Time
what
out.
about? I got one for you. Damian Pierce.
Wait,
and
AJ,
DJ Moore for
you said you're
CMC.
trading Najee for him? I like it. That's bold. Hey, that's a hot take. Sorry, Anthony.
I don't want either one of them.
You don't want CMC or Najee?
No, just Najee.
I was gonna say I was gonna pull up your rankings right now. Like you don't want CMC,
No,
but
CMC I do want. I mean just Najee. My bad. But yeah, Pierce and like DJ Moore for CMC.
Nobody would take that trade for
No?
CMC. I
All
don't
right.
think
What
so.
about? All right. So what about? Let's say Pierce and Mike Williams for CMC.
I mean, I do think it's a good sell high time for Damian Pierce. Pierce and Mike Williams might get it done.
I have a
Something
question
like
about
I stick with
CMC.
CMC.
You wouldn't
I wouldn't move
get
him
him away
for
from me
Pierce
like
and
that.
Mike
I
Williams.
got CMC right now, and he's got 2 straight weeks of 100-yard games. I'm feeling way better about him. Sitting more comfortable. I think, as you mentioned, he's going to get more use throughout the season, and I think it's warming up. Like you know what I mean? It's finally clicking a little bit better. A couple
And
more
Darnold
games.
might be
he'll
back.
Yeah, he might be. Yeah, if he comes back, then CMC's going to
A
be
week or
fire.
two.
Yeah, give that up a week or two. Shoot, I wouldn't be giving up CMC right now. You're gonna have to really come strong. I think that the buy low window has closed now.
So we brought up a couple of these names, and I just want to ask you guys for my own redraft league. Somebody wants Pierce and Pickens for Fournette. I have Pierce and Pickens. What side are you guys on? I already made my decision, so
I'm taking
Dynasty or redraft.
redraft.
I'm taking Lenny.
I'll take Lenny on that. Yeah. That's the kind of trade I'm trying to do.
I do like Damian Pierce. Like if it wasn't a redraft, yeah, you know what I mean, that'd be pretty cool.
I like Dameon Pierce a lot, but you're going to see a lot of negative game scripts. I don't. What's his passing or catching stats?
Yeah, I need to see more than 2 for 2 for 2 yards or something like that. Like, I need to see more than that.
I mean, he had that great 75-yard break, but
you're right. The rest of it is,
yeah, you take that out. It's not that great. So yeah, if you can turn that into that.
But that's very Saquon-ish.
I'm taking that.
In my opinion, I agree with you guys, but I feel like that's very Saquon. Saquon is one of those guys who's going to get you 15 rushes for 50 yards, but he's also going to break one for 75, 70, 60. You know what I mean? And it kind of changed everything. He gets a touchdown. So I'm obviously not comparing Dameon to Saquon, but statistically.
Hey, that's because I like Dameon going forward. I just move him for any top back if I could.
Yeah.
Because I like him.
Right? Benny says, is there any news on Mac Jones? I got Jacoby on my bench right now. Last I heard, Mac Jones still dealing with that high ankle. I think they just are doing New England things, saying he has a chance. We all know high ankle sprains are like 4 to 6 weeks for any type of skill position. I would say at least 2 to 3, possibly for a quarterback, at best. So I think he's out at least 2 to 3 weeks. I mean, I could be wrong, but I don't think he's going to be effective for 2 to 3 weeks. Put it that way. Anybody have any other thoughts on that?
Yeah. Minimum 2 to 3 weeks.
Realistically, he's never going to play week 4.
Well,
position average 4 to 6 weeks.
There you go. Jack says,
hey,
what's up, Jack?
week 4 is already over.
Yeah. Sutton or MT rest of season PPR?
Sutton.
Yeah, I think you got to go Sutton.
It's close though.
But I do like him. I do like me some MT. It just sucks, I thought he'd still be able to play with the turf toe. At least it's not anywhere near that foot. Apparently, it's on the opposite foot of the ankle. I don't know if that's good or bad, but either way.
I don't think it's as close as we're making it out to be. I think it's
Really?
Sutton by a mile.
By a mile. All right, I like that. I'd say at least a gap.
Yeah. If Jameis is back, his man is Olave. So
Olave is
Olave's pretty good. I guess.
He's nice. Yeah, he's nice. Some of the catches
Love
he's
Olave.
making are pretty nice, man. Yeah, he just looks good. He looks the part. It's so weird just seeing that number 12, man. I just think Marquise Colston when I see that Saints 12.
Yeah,
Ooh,
That messes me up. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just when I see that, I'm just like, oh, I like get that ain't him. All right, so
back to the Jimmy Graham days.
right? Swift or Mixon rest of the season PPR. Tim.
Oh, that's a tough one, man. Because Mixon's getting mad volume right now. He's not
And he's not banged up.
Yeah, he's not producing like he was last year, but the volume is still there, and I don't see it dropping anytime soon. I'll go with the better offense, and I'm gonna go with Mixon.
Better offense as in Detroit? Because aren't
Yeah.
they scoring the most points right now?
Listen,
I was about to say.
I was riding with him the whole time until that.
I have
Cincinnati just got the first win or something, right?
I got
I rolled
4
Mixon too.
Cincinnati.
All right, so Mixon. What about you, Dustin? Swift, right? I mean, do I?
I have to
ask?
agree. No. I have to agree. This is so hard because I've been trying to get Mixon so much. Non-injured, like no injuries equated, I'm for sure taking Swift. But Mixon is just not getting the touchdowns. But he like Reese said, he's getting the volume. For that reason, I'm gonna have to go Mixon.
All right, Frank. We're gonna make it unanimous because I'm Mixon. I'm not even gonna make it interesting. I'll put it on you.
You just put it on
Wow.
Mixon. Damn.
You've grown.
Yeah, I would say Mixon right now.
Ooh,
just because of the whole
unanimous,
situation.
all 5. Hey, but
That's never happened.
Tough for
right.
me.
I'm gonna say with a caveat.
Hey, shut it off. Hey,
Rest of the season is so permanent. Like, just remember, guys, like you can get Mixon now and then just trade him later. Like if a better deal comes along. So don't think that these decisions you're making now are gonna your team might even be remotely the same come playoff time. So nor should it. I mean, I think good teams see a little bit of turnover, again, knowing when to buy low and sell high is the name of the game. So you want just like you want to draft fluid, you want to manage your team and have some fluidity there as well. So moving on, Jordan got his first win because of Hawkinson, it looks like here. So congrats. What's up to Drunk Squidward? What up? Again, for all of you guys in here, make sure you hit that description for us. We got our special guests here, Tim and AJ. here from the Fantasy Frontline. Make sure you go subscribe to their channel, and you'll be seeing them drop content here on Get Right Fantasy Network, as well as the Fantasy Frontline podcast. So appreciate it, Squidward. We know you'll help out. Big friend of the show.
I like that name.
Yeah, no, he's been with us, man.
He's a good time.
And he's always up late, and so I love the 7-Eleven because my man's always with us. He used to go deep with us on our Friday night show to like 3 a.m. Eastern. Yeah. So yeah, he's a rider, man. So shout out.
His name's written in a lot of 7-Eleven bathroom walls for sure.
Right. All right. So Benny's saying, gotta say bye to Dortch, my waiver wire MVP. So I like bringing this up. Obviously, Rondell Moore's back. It looked like they schemed him a lot this week to just try to generate touches for him. When I was watching that game, obviously Dortch finally put up a little dud. Finally, when people got comfortable enough to start him, that's typically usually what happens.
Right.
I actually bailed last minute, took out Dortch and threw in Reynolds instead. So just pat myself on the back for that one this week. So as far as this goes, I like it. Obviously, you got D-Hop coming back. Ertz is getting healthier. He's commanding target share. So anybody else have any reaction to this? My big thing is Antoine Wesley's coming off the I think IR or non-football injury, something like that. But either way, they activated him today. My man's like 6'4". Like, he's a big target. I think that's what this offense is missing right now. So in your deeper leagues, maybe just keep an eye on this guy. Maybe a little beat the waiver wire if you have one of those spots. If you hate dropped Allen Robinson, like Tim sounds like Tim's gonna do.
I'm going to.
Maybe we're gonna all just do it ceremoniously. We should all do it together. We should plan it.
I'll drop him for
Allen
that guy
Robinson. We should plan it. Like, we should all do it like on a certain day and time, just across the fantasy platform. And just
you think they watch our
roster
roster percentage?
Yeah, it'll just
And
instantly.
he's like, "What the?" He's like, "It's stocks." He's like, "I went
It's
from
like
30%
alert.
roster
It
to
goes
2."
Yeah, exactly. We should boycott Allen Robinson. But either way, man. So that's my thoughts on that. What do you guys think about Wesley? You think he's a factor at all? At least
If I may.
Back? Go ahead.
Before that, I do want to say I'll drop Allen Robinson for that guy that we didn't remember his name earlier, Dion Jackson.
Oh yeah.
Just because. Even though I know Allen Robinson's cardio is like way up there right now,
right?
But D-Hop, I'm going to put as a sell high kind of candidate, just because people are going to be looking for him, right? He's coming off suspension, like, oh man, I think I'm going to come up, and it's a lot of people like me, like, nah, hey, we had drafted him, so we're sitting on him. They're looking for him. Sell him high before we get into the season, because obviously the way the Cardinals offense is running, like, it's all over the place. So we didn't see. It's hard talking bad about D-Hop, right? When he was with.
Yeah, I'm like, watch what you're about to say.
Hey, can't say his name, but when he was in Houston, we're like, hey, best receiver in the game, best hands, everything. He went to Arizona. We're like, dude, he's going to kill it even more. And we kind of haven't seen it. So people are going to be in their feelings. That's what we all thought. Like, hey, he's going to throw it. He's going to do the. It's not looking like it, right? We're talking about Dortch, right?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, he was taking those PEDs, I guess. So, yeah.
I mean, I would think it's only going to help Marquise Brown because he's getting all the pressure right now, being the number one. But obviously, when D-Hop gets back, it'll help. Obviously, Rondell Moore got schemed in there, as you mentioned, Anthony. I don't know if he's a waiver wire pickup because, again, you're going to be losing touches once D-Hop comes in there too. And then you got Marquise, but I think Marquise is the one that's going to benefit the most once he's back.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I'm all for Marquise. Or Rondell.
Hey, where's AJ Green? What happened to AJ Green?
Oh, he's hurt. He's out of here. I got to give Mike shit for that. He was like,
Frank, what do you think about AJ Green?
Yeah, Frank.
You know that.
Don't ask Frank.
He hates his guts.
Yeah, don't ask Frank. Yeah, AJ Green won't do a cameo for Get Right. That's for sure. Him or Wentz.
Another one I was in.
We don't want Wentz.
Their agents have blocked us. All right. So Keep it going in the chat, man. What else? We don't really have too much else.
I wanted to mention the McKenzie thing because you were mentioning Mike a little bit ago, and Mike didn't like McKenzie, and I thought I was on the opposite side of him, and he scored his couple touchdowns, and now with Crowder, broken ankle and all that, he's gonna get more looks and be the number, not have the timeshare anymore.
Number 3.
So, once he gets done with this whole concussion situation, I think he's going to be a nice add and a guy to keep. Obviously, the Bills kill it. There's high scoring offense, so I like any part of that. Any guy I can get, I'll take it.
Speaking of all cardio team,
yeah,
Davis playing like 100% of the snaps. I mean, what are we feeling about?
Hey, do we touch Benny's comment?
Which one? Oh, we're not there yet. That's way down. We'll get there. Keep it going, Benny. But go ahead.
I love McKenzie, honestly.
Yeah, I like McKenzie too.
The Bills have made zero effort to make Gabe Davis like an actual part of the offense. Like if he gets open, they throw it to him, but really they don't make any effort to get him involved in the offense. Stephon Diggs, Devin Singletary, and it's going to be Isaiah McKenzie once he gets out of concussion protocol. So I believe he's third on my priority for waivers right now. Get in before he actually starts playing.
Who's your 1 and 2?
1, I got Algier, and 2 was Romeo Doubs.
Nice.
He's still out there?
Dobbs is available on 50%.
That's how I feel about McKenzie. I don't think McKenzie
he's
should
still
be
out there.
anyway.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Hey, Dobbs is at number 1.
Not in our leagues. Hey, these guys are not
in our
available
leagues.
in the
Yeah,
leagues
for
we
sure.
play. Where are
That's
these
what he
leagues?
says. Are you still out there? Yeah, I think the same
Send me
thing.
invites, Tim.
Apparently,
Send me
in
invites.
other leagues,
Hey,
they're
I'm
out
just
there.
saying, in 50% of ESPN leagues, he was available. I was like, I don't know.
Nah,
why
it's not even to Clowney Reeds because people have shorter benches, stuff like that. But I have many leagues. Like obviously, I drafted Algier, I drafted Dubes, but I drafted I'm in. We're all different, right? I'm in 13, 15 different leagues, so we're all different.
That's true.
Where I'm drafting Sky Moore, and I'm like, all right, hey, if he can break through Isaiah Pacheco, so there's a lot of players I feel like I'm early on. They're gonna bust through. But I might be a year early on him. Like Javonte, I had Javonte. Was he a rookie last year or the year before? I had him as a rookie, and I'm like, hey, this dude's gonna make it. And then to see what he did this year, it's like, damn, I can't even draft my guy no more. Like I should have, if it was a keeper league, So it's all just no clowning.
I think you nailed it on the head because every time I go for rookies on my redraft league, I'm like, I should have just waited. I mean, there might be a guy that you miss out on him, but that's 1 out of the 20 rookies that most people take up the first year, or whatever, being a wide receiver, running back, tight end, whatever that position is. People always go for that young talent. They see it, it's flashy, it's new, and you're like, oh, let me go get that guy. And you do. Sometimes you are a year early, and they always bust out year 2, 3 sometimes, right? On some of these guys. And I think that's where we're at with Pitts, too. I think this was his year to shine, but he failed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Warrior, FYI, I just subscribed to all your channels.
Hey,
Let's go, Warrior.
Hey.
That's what's up, man. That's what's
Hey,
up,
we need
man. I know something like exciting. Yeah.
So can I ask you guys this? Yes, I said Dubes. I say Dubs. Hey, whatever. Who knows what his name is? Hey.
They're giving you a hard time.
Hey, but my question for all you guys, Treylon Burks, another rookie that I picked up. With his injury, we haven't talked about him. Do we want to talk about
good one?
Treylon?
No, that's good. Yeah, well done.
AJ's on Instagram.
I dropped him for Algier in a couple leagues.
Oh, okay.
See, I would do that.
Yeah. I like Burks a lot. I was really heavy on him pre-draft process, but he started off slow to start the season. A foot injury, it's going to take him some time to get back into gear. Maybe in the playoffs he'll be ready to produce for you again. But yeah, I would drop Burks for Algier for sure.
Would you say we're a year early, huh?
Yeah, I think it's a year early.
Okay.
They wanted it. Hey, just like Drake London, they were getting the targets to start, and my opinion is Olave.
So I guess my
if
question
I said
is,
that right, chat, let me know. Hey,
no, you did. Well said.
He said Olave.
I guess my question is is Woods worth more now? I mean, obviously he is, but are you looking to go get him anywhere? Because he's like the best pass catcher that they have for sure now.
Me and Tim are like already shaking our head, like, nah.
I don't want any. I don't want any Tennessee wide receivers.
We're a big, yeah. I'm the biggest Bobby Trees fan, as you guys know, and I'd rather look elsewhere. I'd rather hold a Sky Moore than hold a Bobby Trees, because when you can actually feel comfortable in the lineup.
You're exaggerating.
No, dude, because I literally went and searched, and I felt more comfortable putting in a Josh Reynolds this week over a Bobby Trees. Like, literally.
Yeah, but that's because of the situation. Because of Sky Moore, I mean, they still have Derrick Henry. They're going to play action and get him the ball.
No, I know, but I'm just saying, like, it's not something I'm comfortable with. So, like, I just wouldn't, like, pull the trigger. Like, I'd have to be, like, super desperate to be in that situation. Like, I just don't think he's at that point right now for me.
What's the best case scenario starting Robert Woods? What's your best case scenario?
Robert Woods has a higher read. I think Robert Woods has the same ceiling, if not higher, season-long.
Than who?
Ceiling than Burks.
Oh, hell no.
No, I'm thinking, like, to me, Woods is like
one on the board.
Like 5 for 65 and like a touchdown is like, to me, like, if you get that out of Woods, you're like, oh yeah. Like,
but when has Burks done that?
I'm not saying he did, but we drafted him as a lotto ticket. Like, Woods is just one of those, like, I mean, if you need a bye week filler, like, obviously if you're by injuries, like, but as far as just holding on my bench, like, I'd rather take the upside with someone like Sky Moore attached to Mahomes in that offense over Robert Woods in the Tennessee offense. Like, I'm just saying, like, until I see more out of that, I'd rather keep Sky Moore right now. On it, like,
look at the targets Burks. Who do you think those are going to go to?
No lie.
Sky Moore is the first one I dropped out of all these names.
No,
Pickens,
I'm just saying, like, that type
Pacheco, Sky Moore was like, hey.
My whole thing is, if I already have Sky Moore, I'm not dropping him to pick up Woods. I'd rather just not make a move. Like,
in season long,
if that makes sense. Like, I'm not like, oh.
But if you had to start one, I get you. But if you had to start one, a lot of us are dealing with tons of injuries, and we have to start one of these guys. You are not starting.
I'm talking upside. Okay. Yeah, I mean, like this week, Woods over Moore, of course.
All right.
If you need some,
my bad.
If I'm just holding, like he said, if I'm just holding somebody on my bench, hoping they blow up, like, it's not going to be Robert Woods.
Right. That's just like, he's a guy that you just leave on the wire. Everyone passes him around, uses him when he needs him. You put him back on the wire for the next guy when he needs him. Like, he's just one of those guys to me.
It's for the street.
Like, he doesn't have trade value.
Targets. I mean, it's not scrub like that's.
Yeah.
That's
I'm just
startable.
Saying, that's like 5 for 65 and a touchdown if you're lucky, right? Like, yeah, cool. Anyway, Chiefin and what does this say? Chiefin and Abby? Whatever it is. Chiefin.
I like him.
Chef. No, it's Chef and
Abby.
Chef and Abby. We did it last time too. I messed them up again. It's because we have that guy that did the mocks with us, Chiefin, the Chiefs fan, Chiefin something or another. Yeah, I know. Anyway, my bad, Chef. Chef and Abby. He's asked this question a couple times, so I wanted to make sure I got it on the screen while we were still talking so we can get it to him. Should I trade? I'm going to ignore the racist comment. Should I trade Goddard and Olave for DK or Smitty or Cooper and Pitts? So Goddard and Olave for that whatever combination there. Like, I'm keeping the Goddard and Olave side. Hopefully after that Olave talk you heard from us, you kind of understand why.
Listen, Chef, you don't want any of these Pitts problems, all right? Keep Goddard and just live in happy.
Hey,
every Sunday watching Pitts get 2 targets for 15 yards.
End it there.
Now too.
Yeah. So exactly. Yeah. Keep yourself connected to Hurts and either Winston or the Red Rocket versus Mr. Mariota and his pineapple running legs over there. So
the Red Rocket?
Yeah, isn't that what they call Andy Dalton?
Andy Dalton.
Red Rocket?
Yeah.
Red Rifle.
Threw me off last year.
The
when
Red Rifle.
Also.
There you go. I did it the same thing. Yeah, my bad. I
wasn't trying to correct you. I didn't know if there was somebody else. Like, Red Rifle and Red Rocket. Like, and I'm sleeping on both of them. Like,
they were calling
Cooper Rush the Red Rocket. I don't know.
Hey, there we go. See, Cooper Rush is the Red Rocket. All right, I like.
There can only be one.
Don't.
All right. So Jack says all right. Whoa, he said I traded Swift and Mike Thomas for Mixon and Sutton and
Amber?
Brady. He was 0-4. He was Desiree. Dude, that's a great trade. That's a great trade.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah,
I
hey,
think
there's
Brady
your
finally
comeback,
started
Jack.
to come on, too.
Hey, make sure you come in here, man. I want to know how you're doing and how you pull this team around.
Damn, how did he pull
Keep
that
us
off?
posted. That's a nice trade. That's a
Hey,
really
Brady
nice
does
trade.
this every year.
Guys, high on
Every
Swift.
year, people write him off the first couple weeks, and then end of the year, like he's Brady. He did this with the Patriots when he was winning Super Bowls. This is a common Brady.
Tampa Bay ran the ball like 4 times. Like he threw the ball 52, 56 times? 50.
He still
I don't
got
have
the
the
arm,
stats.
man. He
10
still got it,
targets.
man.
Like the offense is gonna get back to normal. I'm not worried about that. That's a
Yeah,
good
like they're
pick.
fine. He's getting all his weapons back, dude. That was a great buy low on those guys. Well done. All
He
right,
took a lot of
so
vacation. Hey,
there it is. Chef said go Birds. Hopefully he means Seahawks, I guess. I don't know who.
hopefully he means
Hey,
Seahawks.
wait, earlier there was a guy from the Pasadena Patriots. Shout
Yeah,
out
no,
to that
we
guy.
saw that. Yeah,
Yeah.
shout out to Mr. Saunders, I believe it was. Right?
Hopefully, hey, this guy's talking about like swans and doves and stuff, and not the Eagles.
There it is. Warrior, remind me, we'll get to this. Thank you for you guys' Super Bowl predictions. We'll get to that at the end of the show. Let's see. Drunk Squidward saying he just got a trade offer for James Robinson for Chris Olave. He might do it. PPR?
Hey, I love Olave. I can't do that.
Let me look at J Rob's rest of the season, man.
Tim's gonna
I
get on
want.
that for you.
Hey, I'm sleeping on that one. I can't give a decision right away.
Yeah, that's
I got to
tough.
see your whole
Hey,
lineup.
bring that, Squidward, bring that trade back to the Wednesday trade episode when we talk roster management on Wednesday, and we'll have our trade hats on a little more then.
Hey, how
'Cause, yeah,
long
I
is?
can give you an answer to that.
Sorry,
Vinny's
before
saying
I
he
pull
would-
it up, how long is Jameis out?
he's like game to game. Like he was. I thought he was honestly playing. Like I was surprised that
It was
he
pretty
didn't
last
play.
week.
Because they,
I knew he
he was
wasn't-
dealing with the same thing last week and played through it. So I don't know
Mhm.
why. I mean, he has a broken, fractured vertebrae in his back. Like same thing
Oh,
Tony
that's it?
Romo and all those guys were playing with. I'm just saying, like it's a pain tolerance.
I wouldn't
thing.
even
It
be
could've
on
been
this
the flight,
podcast if I had broken anything. Hey,
right?
and
Yeah,
these-
my computer's broken. I'd be like, I can't type. Click this mouse.
you
But
guys
yeah,
would have to understand I'm out 3 to 8 weeks with a broken pinky. Hey,
right?
can't
It
be on the
hurts when I
show.
put
boys.
on my socks. Drunk Woodward says 49ers almost won me the week, but fell short. Needed one more pick six. I don't think Tim wants to hear anything about that.
Sorry we couldn't give that to you.
Sorry. Yeah, it's the Rams' fault, not the Niners' fault. They did do their best. So what's up, Jonah? Archmage Eternal, welcome back.
Yeah.
Hey guys, what are your thoughts on Najee Harris? I'm considering sitting him next week for Pierce. I'm gonna give a teaser there, man. You guys can give your quick answer, but we will get into start sit on Friday's episodes, and then again on Sunday morning, right before showtime, or right before game time. Mike's on here on Sunday mornings to answer your start sit questions. But as of right now, which way you guys leaning? Najee,
For the
or
love of
Pierce?
God, can we give AJ some airtime?
No, I'm just
He's on that Twitter poll right now.
Yeah.
He's in and out of all
I'm
those
waiting to
accounts.
see who the Texans play this week right now.
Oh, there you go. See, I have to do the setup to give you guys time to do your research and pull your thoughts together. See, I'm trying to be a good host here,
Give me Najee, man.
a good
Negative.
comment reader.
Against the
Jack-
Bills?
Houston's playing Jacksonville. Jacksonville's going to put up like 45. It's going to be a comeback game after that loss to Philly. And Houston just doesn't have a
I
good.
disagree. I think it'd be.
Oh,
Gave up 150 to
Again,
Sanders. I could see Pierce having a good
I'm thinking
game.
Pierce. I'm riding the hot hand,
Ooh,
That's fair.
especially with Najee getting a quarterback change in situations going on over there.
2-1. Where
I
you
know. I
at?
just don't like him. I just don't like the
I
matchup. I don't like it against the Bills. I know J.K. Dobbins scored 2 touchdowns, but man, like Najee's just like, I don't know. He's like a workhorse, but he doesn't look like a special type of talent at the running back position to get it done against an elite defense.
Yeah,
that
he's
makes
not a
sense.
special talent by any means, but I mean, he can. At any point, he's liable to get like 7.
I don't know by
catches.
any means, but he's not like CMC to me.
Right.
Yeah, that's what I mean. He's not a special talent.
Matchup
Like he's
for-
a good running back, but he's not. He's just a product of his situation, honestly.
Volume. Where you at, Dustin?
I agree with all you guys.
Sit them all. Start them all. Start both.
Hey, yeah, I abstained from a vote on this one.
He can't decide on this one either.
I'm
probably-
going Pierce, baby. Hey, I'm
Yeah,
riding
gonna
Pierce
ride the
all
hot hand,
day.
too. I'd rather go the guy who's going on his way up versus the guy who's kind of going down. That line's banged up. You know, it's
Let's see Pickett for a week and then make our decision. But for now, give me Pierce.
Hey, he looks like he wants to
That's
sling
okay.
that ball, man. I don't think he's going to be dumping off to Najee.
No, he doesn't. He ran.
Well, or he'll run it. That's what I mean.
He
Like,
fucking Josh Allen to everybody, and that's one.
Drop the F-bomb. Let's go. Make sure you guys, Martin's in here. He dropping his links in here.
Spotify.
Make sure you subscribe to him. Yep, on Twitter and his YouTube. Big friend of the show over on the Dynasty Pylon. We're in that guillotine league. Some crazy stuff happening there this week.
No, we're not.
Awesome. Yeah, Dustin went out first in that week. Shout out to Dustin. But yeah, so anyway, what else? We got anything in here? I know I'm like so behind on these notes.
Oh yeah, you're way back here.
Yeah, Deaver.
You went backwards already here.
Yeah, no, I'm way back here still. Yeah, I think that's about where I left off.
It's a good thing. That means the conversation's been fresh.
Yeah, no, we've been on it here, man. We got a lot of people. Just keep the comments coming, man. Keep the questions coming. We'll get to them here. Anybody has to take off on the stream, feel free, you guys. We're gonna try to bang out as many of these comments we can, or these questions. So trade away Keenan Allen, Deontay, Miles Johnson, Ford, Deontay Adams, Pitts, and Juju. So this is another one of those super multi-team or multiplayer trades. We're involving 3-4 guys on each team.
I don't like that at all.
Yeah, I'm taking Allen's side pretty easy, actually.
Yeah.
After what Sanders just did against a good run defense, yeah, I'm taking Sanders too.
I'll take Allen Johnson Sanders as well.
And you're throwing Pitts in there who has not done nothing. He's not even a player. I don't know that's just thrown in there for no reason at all. Like really.
Anybody buying Pitts.
You're like equal at this point.
Yeah, get what you can for Pitts, right? If you had been drafting with us here on Get Right Fantasy for our Friday night mocks, we would have been telling you on your feedback, stop drafting Pitts in the third round. Don't do it. No one wanted to listen. All right, so thoughts on Boone.
Telling people that all the time too.
Yeah, we were. So thoughts on Boone. We did talk about it earlier there, Mr. Pata or Mrs. Pata. We don't know, but I don't mean to be disrespectful. But thoughts on Boone. We kind of just said like we don't think he's a league winner. Wouldn't be spending a lot on him. Definitely worth like rostering if you have an open spot. But I think you could drop guys like I would drop maybe Mark Ingram for him. Maybe like I don't know, like if you just want some kind of upside again if Gordon's hurt.
Anybody on the Rams but Cup.
Allen Robinson.
Yeah. Specifically Allen Robinson.
Specifically. So there it is. We have Martin in here saying, keep Goddard and Olave for that question above. And then, Mano said, what do you guys think is worth spending percentage-wise on Boone? Like 5, maybe 10%.
I tried to sneak him for free. There's 5. A couple you can sneak him that nobody's.
Yeah, like $1, $2 bid might get it. Yeah. 5 at
max.
Max.
Drop a 7 on
They're
him.
going to be concerned about Latavius, and Boone might be free.
Yeah. Exactly.
7 or 8, I feel like is always a winner. Maybe an 11.
Doesn't like spending that money. All right.
I got all my money saved. I'm saving.
I feel you, Jack. I'm right there with you.
Make the playoffs year after year, and have been so unlucky being 0-4. I got Brady, Taylor, Mixon, Pittman, Keenan, London, Sutton, Kittle, Stafford, Herbert, McKenzie, Hines, and a 12-man PPR. That team is fire. That's like the most fire 0-4 team you could have.
Why'd this comment hit a nerve with Frank?
0-4, man. That one league's killing me right now. I'll come back. I feel very confident. I'll come back.
Is that your title defense? Is that for your belt?
Yeah, that's just terrible. Ooh. But I'm still doing a solid on this side, so I might just go take that other belt from you anyway. So I've been eyeing that one and needed to get back anyways.
Go see who's in first place in that league and also undefeated in that league. Just
I know.
Do the research, and when you come back, tell the people.
We play next week.
I know. You guys can look it up. Both of you guys.
We play next week. So
that's how you defend a belt. You go 4-0. That's how you.
Can I pause?
Go ahead.
Hey, from what I see, it's 8 votes. AJ.
I'm looking at it right now.
Hey, 4 and 4.
I knew these guys are in the poll right now. He's on.
Hey, you can tell he's like this. Like,
hey, go hit that poll. All right, so we'll throw this question to you, AJ. Trade Sutton and Pierce for Jamar Chase. Sutton
That's
and
close.
Pierce for Chase.
I think I'd sleep on that. I'd sleep on that, honestly.
Ooh.
Because y'all are right about Pierce is on the come up, but man, like Chase is just like
not overrated, but he got overdrafted.
But like he's gonna have bigger games than both these guys going forward at some point. So that's why I'm like
he could just win you a week. He's like the epitome of a boomer bust player.
but you can have him
So
and
can
then
Pierce.
he could be so average going through, but then when it gets to week 14, like last year between him and Burrow, he could turn it on and win your championship. That's kind of why I want a player like that on my team.
It depends on who you are.
So last year, it's not this year. I would take Sutton and Pierce.
Ooh,
That's
Sutton
not
and
going to
Pierce.
happen again. Have you seen them play? No.
I'm telling you.
They
I was
can't
trying
get
to
it
tell
together
people
like that.
all offseason, not to fade Jamar Chase, but like
Temporary
in the
first round.
In the first round, the dude had like 1450 yards on like 89 catches or something, like just crazy efficiency.
Yeah.
Like people were just using that as a baseline, like top seasons as a baseline.
Yeah, as far as efficiency goes, yeah, it's outrageous. So you're leaning Pierce. With all that said, Pierce Sutton, or would you pull the trigger for Chase on this one? With
It's
all
rough.
that said,
Roster dependent, honestly. I
Okay.
do like Jamar Chase, as negative as I talk about him. I do like him a lot, and it depends on who your RB2 is. If you got the depth at running back, make the trade.
The targets are insane, bro. Like he's had 16 targets 1 week, 10 targets 1 week, 9 targets another week. Like it's just the volume's there. They're just not connecting, but they're gonna start connecting. It's 4 weeks into the year. It's gonna happen. You can't move off of Chase 4 weeks into the year.
Yeah, it's tough. I'd do it. I'd pull the trigger myself personally.
Yeah, I would too.
Just
You're
'cause
always
I
trying to
want
go for
those
the
kinda
best player,
guys.
no matter
Yeah.
what.
I'm trying to get that guy. If anything, you can maybe trade him and get more than Pierce and Sutton.
Exactly. People are scared to make that trade, but there's someone else that wants Jamar Chase more than you.
Yeah.
Then you're not thinking about that.
Yeah. So they're good. Good one. We appreciate it, Dedicate. Thanks for the subscribe. Thanks for coming in here. Make sure you hit that description for us and subscribe to our other affiliate channels on there, man. We got the Check Down Podcast. We got WAGMI Fantasy, and we got the guys here live and in person tonight from the Fantasy Frontline. Make sure you check them out. Go support them with the subscribe here on Get Right Fantasy Network. So what else we got here? Anything else good? Oh, here we go. Another new one. Quinn Leonardi. He says Lenardi. Thank you. Go ahead. Somebody else read it. Go ahead, Dustin. Read it off. I need a drink of water. Go ahead.
Quinn Lenardi. Did you trade Waddle and Penny for Devontae Adams? No.
No, not even kinda.
Not even kinda.
No.
Frank, you said no?
No, not even. Especially after the game Penny just had. No. What's
AJ?
Adams had? He only had one good game. That's it.
Kind of like the Waddle trade. I mean, the other trade again, but Waddle's a better asset than Sutton is. No, I'd probably stay on Waddle. Oh, no, I don't know because he lost 2. It's hard. It's hard.
I'm sleeping on that. Hey, I'm sleeping on that.
Hey, Quinn, come back with us on Wednesday, man, when we're in the
because Devontae scored a touchdown every game, hasn't he?
Hey, he has, yeah.
He has not.
Not the last game.
He has not.
He didn't go
No, except
yeah,
the last
he
game.
did
But before the
100.
last game, he scored a touchdown in every game.
I've been
10
tracking
catches, 100
Devontae
yards.
because I talked a lot of shit about him. I took a lot of shit about it. And I was damn right coming into last week. I haven't checked this week's rankings, but I put him 11 through 15. And he was at 11 last week. So he had a good week this week. I'll give it to him. I'm probably down on that bet this week. It's not even a bet. It's like pride.
There it is.
Enough for me. Hey, sorry. Hit a nerve right there with Devontae.
I like Devontae a lot, but I mean his target production can be replicated in Waddle. I mean Waddle just had 18 targets like 2 games ago.
Yeah.
So
and you're getting the running back on top. Yeah, I'll take the 2 over the 1 in that case. All right. So Zachary Hugh, appreciate you for subscribing. And if you guys are subscribed, make sure you hit that like button for us. It says in a 12-man PPR. I love when you guys set up the questions like this, letting us know how many, guys are in there, what the format is. We appreciate it. So 12-man PPRs, QB is Burrow, running backs are Henry, Saquon, and Fournette, Jamal Williams, and Damian Pierce. Wide receivers are Amon-Ra, DK, Kirk, McKenzie, Burks. I'm thinking I need to target a better wide receiver one. Who should I package and target? So while you guys think about that, I'm going to tell you, Zachary, make sure you get that description. When you first open it, you'll actually see where it says join the Get Right Fantasy Network private sleeper channel. Go in there, because for these type of questions, you can go in our thread. It's like a kind of like a Discord, but it's free through Sleeper. And you can actually post screenshots of your whole team in there, and we can see it. We can kind of go back and forth, so we're not kind of taking up dead airtime here. Put a little more thought in it, kind of get a little more one-on-one, advice and a little more detail. So we'll try to answer it kind of quickly, vaguely here. But if you want more in-depth answer to this, please go check us out in there, and that goes for anyone listening. So gave you guys some time to think about that. Who are some trade targets you guys would go, and who are we bundling up for those targets? Who has someone off the top of their head?
Pretty stacked at running back. I'd probably try to move.
I don't know. I don't know if this guy needs our advice.
What's his record? What's his record? What's his team's
This guy
record?
don't need our advice, bro.
Yeah.
Hey, he's just watching for funsies. Hey, because you are stacked, my bro. I would get rid of Jamal Williams. That's who I would package. And then DK off a high game, which I know people like. Isaiah McKenzie, trade him. Burks, I don't think you're going to get anything out of it. So, at least those would be the people that I would throw in a trade package. Because I'm not getting rid of Henry or Saquon for sure. I would get rid of Fournette too. I know that was unfavorable on our B4 chat, but
I would consider getting rid of Fournette. Rashad White stole an entire series yesterday or Sunday. Yeah.
And a goal line series at that. That was kind of weird.
Yeah, it was super bizarre. I guess
they only ran the ball 8 times. It was so bizarre. I was looking at that.
Honestly, I'd be trying to ship Damian and Christian Kirk for a high-end wide receiver one. Try to sell high on both those guys while you can.
Are you saying a Chase?
A Chase or Devontae.
Wide receiver one? Can I say that?
Ooh. Shots fired.
Hot take.
Ooh, Devontae? I would put them in the same category. They'd be 1.5 and a half.
You might be able to get that done. I'd try Williams first, and if not, Damian Pierce. See what you can get. But I'd keep those other guys, especially in PPR for sure.
I mean, Kirk is a wide receiver one, though.
Yeah, I'd get rid of Kirk.
I don't think it's sustainable as a slot guy. Yeah, and Amon-Ra, and he has Williams coming back. But to me, I think that almost helps Amon-Ra when Williams comes back. So I kind of like keeping him as a 2.
I'd keep him on Ra for sure.
Yeah,
you ain't moving him on Ra. You're trying to pair him on Ra with the best wide receiver you can.
Yeah. That's why get rid of Jamal, get rid of Fournette. But you don't want to get rid of both those running backs too, because then you're just sitting at 3 running backs. But I don't know how much value you're getting.
This is the time of the year. This right here is where I'd make my annual Travis Kelce push, and I tried to package Damian Pierce or Christian Kirk to get Kelce to add to this team.
I love it.
I like it. I like it. That's a hot take. I like it.
I never draft Travis Kelce. I always try to make a push for him in the middle of the year.
Yes.
Me too, and I never get him.
No.
I've never succeeded once.
I think he's got a shot. I think if he patches Williams,
with this team, he could pull off. He could pull off a trade.
He could get
it. But right there, I just wanted to say thanks for everybody for bringing me on. This is where I hop off because I got work early.
Yeah, he's on that central time.
Yeah, it's I think 2 hours ahead of where y'all are. Me and Tim are super grateful, and y'all are going to be seeing us a lot more.
For sure. Sir.
I appreciate it for sure.
Thanks for joining us, brother. We'll see you soon.
See y'all later.
Definitely.
All right, man.
Tim, you leaving us too?
I'm on Cali time.
Oh, he's West Coast here with us. He's good.
Yeah.
Man, I had so many Cowboys Rams questions. I was gonna pin you guys against each other, but
I'm sure he'll get into it on our pod.
Can I ask one question?
We disagree a lot. It's fun.
Hey, that's me and both these guys. Hey, did Bobby Wagner have the best tackle in all of football?
Yeah, that was nice.
That was a nice tackle. That's the only thing that got me excited throughout the whole game.
Hey, the Bills fan last year was a better one, though. I think Steph Diggs took out the dude in the Chiefs Bills last year was a better hit, though. It was cleaner.
Yeah.
That one was
So this
clean.
guy wasn't a streaker, but if I'm a streaker and I get tackled by a Steph Diggs or somebody, like, I'm not mad at that. Like, I'm like, hey, I got tackled by Steph Diggs. Have you? You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, hey, Bobby Wagner, like, hey,
Signed
talk
jersey
shit,
or
like he doesn't hit that hard. Like, you know?
Would be sick if he stiffed arm
He was
off
mad,
of
too.
him and he was able to stiff him arm.
Yeah.
Hey, he
You know,
would
he'd be
have
like,
got,
dude, the stiff
he would've
arm
got a
got away.
contract. Yeah, they would have
Yeah.
given him a
Oh,
contract.
shit. Your inbox is going to be full if you do something like that.
Yeah,
Hey,
for
you
sure.
stiff arm a Micah off of you or something, you know what I mean? Like,
For
hello,
sure.
ladies. Hey.
Exactly.
Same seven for the rest of us.
For sure. All right, I just want to get to this here. We got another new comment coming in, but we got Warrior saying is Diggs and Waller for Kelsey and St. Brown a fair trade. I'd say no. I don't think the Kelsey and St. Brown owner is going to give up those two guys for Waller and Diggs. So, yeah.
That's a close one, though.
I
Hey,
mean,
Stat.
It would have to.
add another piece to me. You need a running back or something in there too, like a.
As a close friend said, hey, I'm going to sleep on that.
There he goes. All right, so we got Braden Helland in here, new subscriber. What's up, man? What kind of player would I need to package with Kyle Pitts in order to get Breece Hall?
Oh,
God.
That sounds like a really team-dependent question.
Yeah, first you have to make sure the guy who has Breece Hall even wants Pitts, because if not, you're probably gonna have to give up some different assets. But again, if the guy does need Pitts, I mean, you'd have to throw in most likely probably a receiver, I would assume, if you're trying to get a running back, because he's probably lacking at running back if he, is willing to part with lacking at wide receiver if he's willing to part with a running back. So, what are some guys, probably I would say like a mid wide receiver 2, like maybe low end 2 if you can get away with it along with Pitts at this point.
Reese?
let me look at these low end wide receiver twos.
Let's get in there and see what we got.
You got Amari Cooper. You got Amari Cooper at 21, DK at 22, Tyler Lockett at 23, Josh Reynolds 24, Corey Davis 25, Devin Duvernay, Jahan Dotson, whatever. I don't think that quite gets it done. Maybe Jahan Dotson, depending on.
I was gonna say maybe if you're lucky, there it might be the lowest you could do. Yeah, so you're probably going what mid to upper wide receiver 2 then. Might get it done.
Like if you have a Devontae Smith, that might get it done. He's a wide receiver 30, but people like the name.
Right.
I'm not doing like a Drake London and Kyle Pitts for Breece Hall.
Yeah.
He said, is Devontae Smith good enough?
Oh, see, he that was one he just named. So
yeah, I do Devontae Smith and Kyle Pitts for Breece Hall.
I haven't taken Devontae Smith off my taxi squad. That's how I feel about Devontae.
Oh,
you don't like
that? I was gonna say you got good problems over there, huh?
No, hey, it's rough. It's rough in that league. He's not cracking the starting lineup.
It's rough.
Is Frank frozen, or can we shoot him a question? Somebody give Frank a question.
I was just looking at the questions, but we already.
Yeah, he's going through. Yeah, go
this
ahead.
one. I was going through over here on the side and just looking at. You think Latavius Murray's now that Javante's done of the year being signed by the Broncos? We're still on the Boone train. I don't think that he's just going to be extra fodder, as Anthony mentioned. If he was worth anything, he wouldn't be on his couch last week. So don't go after him. Save yourself the waiver wire money or whatever.
I'll put a $0 bid in. See what happens.
There we go.
Yeah, 0. Yeah, exactly.
Hey, you get a cool 0 from me.
Right.
Yeah.
Zach saying thanks for the input, guys. I'm luckily 4-0. Shout out because Hawkinson put up that monster game. Hey, sometimes you need those. He said he's definitely going to go join that sleeper channel. So welcome to the Get Right Degenerates, man. Welcome to the community. It's going to be a lot of fun. Can't wait to see you in there. And again, we appreciate the subscribe and the like, man. So I think Braden saying there we go. And he's also 4-0 and had to start Antonio Gibson and Michael Carter this week. So that's impressive. You must have some.
I don't think you'll be 4-0 for long starting Gibson and Carter.
Yeah, you got to upgrade that here pretty soon. So we got the Joker in here.
You skipped one. Come out.
Hey, well, I'm not going to put you in there. Are the Niners the most overrated team? I'm not answering that nonsense.
Absolutely.
We got Corey Davis or Elijah Moore, guys, and then we'll wrap.
Hey, he took over the questions too. Hey, not even his job. This guy's a CEO. Hey,
Yeah.
Corey Davis has been silently
Corey Davis
doing it.
He's like one of those roll your sleeves up guys right now.
Yeah, I like Corey
Not
Davis. He had
sexy.
7 targets yesterday, 5 catches, and the touchdown.
Corey Davis or Robert Woods? Same guy, right?
Yeah.
Same guy. It's the same guy.
if they
bought
bought each other, like who would we take?
Probably Bobby Trees. Oh, what are you thinking, Frank?
Davis. I like Davis over Trees.
I'll take Woods because he's a former Ram.
There you go. Bobby
That's
Trees. All right. So what else we got here? Drop any last minute questions you guys have. Y'all think Claypool's a drop? I think he got dropped in one of our home leagues.
Yes.
With the quarterback change, I might hold on to him for a week or two. You never know what might happen. Again, he is a big target.
Yeah, those things spark different all kinds of opportunities.
Yeah, you never know what could happen when you have changes. Yeah,
Anthony talks like he has a 10-foot roster, huh? Hey, he's holding.
He does. Have you seen his tires and everything?
I do. I maximize
Patiently
my
waiting.
rosters, guys.
I'll drop for Algier.
Okay. Yeah, I would drop Claypool.
Me too.
For IG. Yeah, I'm there with that.
Hey, I'm not even gonna talk no more. Reese is like, hey, in my head, so I feel like everything he says, I'm just gonna rock with.
He's like, agree. All right, so I also have Dobbins and Brian Robinson as a stash. Let's go, boy! I can't believe you're just finding this channel. Let's go. You're gonna fit right in. Moving for Brees feels good before he gets too high. Yeah, man, absolutely. If you're gonna buy him, chances now. Yeah, his price is just going up. So. And Benny saying he's about to go get Deontay too, so that's good. Congratulations. We got a new subscriber in here. Daniel, what's up? Romeo Dobbs or Chris Godwin? Pick up small league. Give me Godwin all day.
Give me Romeo
Godwin.
all day.
Godwin.
All right. Godwin.
Reese.
Where you at, Reese?
Let him know, Reese.
Give me Dobbs, bro.
Really?
Dobbs looks good. Dobbs looks good.
Martin, if you're still in here, my brother, from the Dynasty Pylon, holding it down as a moderator.
He said Dobbs.
Making sure he's hitting all the links for all the affiliates. We can appreciate you dropping those in there, man. So let's see. Do we want Dobbs or do we want Godwin? If you're still out there, we're bringing it to the chat because we're split here 2-2. So Daniel, we'll have to get back to you on that one.
Call
We'll
AJ.
It's
we'll
close.
Have to call him up. Text him. Caleb Huntley worth a roster spot. Yeah. Not anything crazy. We're talking like maybe $3 to $5 max. If you can get him for $1 or $2.
The million-man roster over here.
Not worth a claim spot. Like, you know, if he clears waivers and you can pick him up as a free agent. If you're not in a FAAB league, that's, you know, again, if you're really hurting and you're looking for some running back upside, you know, these are the kind of guys you just have to stash and, you know, see what happens. But they're easily droppable if it doesn't, you know, things don't come through. So,
hey, Rasta has never not rostered anybody this whole show.
I have, between all my leagues, I basically have everybody. I mean, that's the problem with playing in so many leagues. You have everybody.
You got a little piece of this guy and a little piece of that guy, right?
I mean, we're talking, I got like 25, you know, spot benches like in these dynasty leagues. Like I got everybody chilling somewhere. So we'll see. Anyway, for sure. Who else we got in here besides Tim? But yeah, Martin, since you're in here, man, we need your tiebreaker for who was it? Godwin or Dobbs? So Godwin or Dobbs if you're still watching. And Benny said Dustin means deuce. All right, so
what is it?
Benny says he plays the guy with Javonte next week. Good for you. Sometimes you need those
go pick up
those spots.
If Melvin Gordon's not rostered, pick him up. If Boone's not rostered, pick him up. You know, play that game.
Yeah, block him. Absolutely. There's always that opportunity, especially the leagues where you can see like who bid on it or who put in a claim. You know, you might be able to go. I love that they do that because now you can go trade, you know, to people who you know were interested in that guy, and you can tell their interest level based on how much they bid. So again, all the reasons why FAAB is way more better than your rolling waivers. So he said, "Give me Dobbs." So there you go, man. Dubes gets it. There it is. Dubes gets it.
Boone and Algier on waivers. Pick up
Algier first. Algier first.
He is the number one, and it's not that close.
Yeah, not even close for the upside.
On that note, want to call it?
Yeah, man, let's do it. I hate to leave when we got these many people watching, but Again, you guys, we'll be back here, man, on Wednesday. Just want to say, I want to kind of turn it over here real quick to our boy Tim here. Just tell us a little bit about your channel, what you guys cover, when we can find you, where we can find you, and all that good stuff. So give you the spotlight. Go right ahead.
And then we got one question after that.
All right.
Oops. All right. Cool. Thank you guys so much for letting me on. Kind of felt like a takeover, but not really. Yeah, you can follow me on Twitter. Handle's right there at the bottom, at @FF_Rees. Follow the podcast on Twitter, at Frontline_FF. And then my co-host, AJ, if you didn't get to catch his, at FFT_AJ. We cover redraft, fantasy, and I'm more of a dynasty. Yeah, I'm more of a dynasty guy myself, but I'll cover anything. I'll talk about anything. If you guys have any questions, shoot me a DM, tag me on a post on Twitter. I'll retweet. I'll talk football all day, any day with you guys. So
love it.
That's about it for me. Thank you so much for having me on.
Absolutely. And a little bit of housekeeping here before we get out. Warrior said, don't forget your Super Bowl predictions. So you guys think about that. Get those ready before we get out of here. We got Benny saying, thanks, guys. But Braden says he took Pitts for Breeze straight up. There you go, baby.
Oh, wow.
That's how you do it. Well done.
Hey, now you're going to ride with Cole Kmet the rest of the year.
Well done. Exactly. And again, big shout out to Dynasty Pylon. Thanks for holding it down in the chats, hooking us up in there, moderating things, getting the people the links that they need to follow us and join us here, man. Make sure you guys go give him a subscribe as well over on the Dynasty Pylon. And he's doing his jersey giveaway. So make sure you go subscribe. And they're doing their giveaway. So go check them out. Big friend of the show.
Cowboys Bill.
Speaking of giveaway, we got a giveaway.
Yeah, no, well said. See, go ahead, roll it out, Frank. You got it. Boom, hit him with it. 600 subscribers, man. I don't know where we are after tonight, but we appreciate the support that you guys have.
One or two more.
Absolutely, man. Tell your friends. Let people know about us, man. Help us get here to 600 because when we do, we're going to be raffling off autographs Gabe Davis jersey. So there it is, a nice shot of it, the actual thing. Classic Mike is holding on to it right now, so we got to make sure we get into that. We didn't do our other promos, man, but you guys know we're here with UnderdogFantasy.com. Use that promo code GetRight. When you do, you get that 100% deposit match up to $100. Make sure we throw that in there so we can keep that sponsorship going. And other than that, man, unless there's anything else you guys have to say before we get to these Super Bowl picks, anything I mean, I'm sure there's a lot we didn't cover, but, anything else you guys don't want to leave this Monday without saying?
Hey, Reese, we're happy to have you, man, for sure.
Appreciate it. Shoot the follow on Spotify. We're out on Spotify, Twitter, YouTube, Apple Podcasts, wherever you listen to podcasts.
There you go.
And, Dynasty Pylon reminded me he does it better than me, man. So I appreciate that.
There you go. See?
It's a horrible
That's why we got him in there. That's why he's holding it down for us.
Hey, horrible.
Who's got
Super
the last
Bowl
question?
Oh, I was going to say Super Bowl. Oh, yeah. What's that last question?
Bills, Eagles.
Bills, Eagles.
I hate to say it. Bills, Eagles.
Damn, that's close to mine. Go ahead. Where you at, Dustin?
I already said mine. Bills, Cowboys. Frank?
Bills, Cowboys. All right.
Oh, really?
That's a little homer pick. He said no homer picks.
Homer picks? NFC, then I will go
I'm for
Packers.
sure saying Niners someone else, but
Packers. Romeo Dubes, MVP.
The
Dubs.
Packers, they were America's team.
Packers, Bills, huh? That'd be interesting.
That would be.
Hey, they said Atlanta, America's team because they covered the spread 4 times in a row. So
Damn.
I almost went.
Don't sleep on Mariota, guys.
There it is. All right, Tim. Super Bowl predictions.
I got to go with Frank, man. I got to go with the Bills and Eagles. The Eagles look like the best team in the NFC, though. It's really hard to count out Tom Brady, so let's not forget about the Buccaneers. Tom Brady's always got a chance to get in.
I thought you were going the way I was going, but
sure.
I'm saying I'm going to go Eagles, Chiefs. Eagles
are not going to the Super Bowl.
It's fun. They're 4-0.
I want to see Josh Allen in there, man. I want to see him take that next step and really have that head-to-head battle with Patrick Mahomes.
I want to see the Ravens versus Chiefs.
I think
I want to see Ravens versus Chiefs. Championship game.
Ravens Chiefs. That's a good
Yeah.
one too. That's a good one too. I think that would be my second pick as far as like Chiefs. I think I go Chiefs, Ravens, Bills. Even though the Bills got them, but like the Ravens made them look like human, whereas everybody else they played, they look like they're running through the league. They brought them down to earth. So,
I remember.
Anyway,
Dolphins.
all right. So that was good stuff. Appreciate you, Benny, for asking that, man. That was awesome. We know Martin's a big fan of Josh Allen in here. That's what's up. Putting it down as the number one moderator. We appreciate it, man. Moderators, we also know you guys as the ambassadors of the channel, helping us just grow, man. We appreciate it. Like we said, man, we're happy to have this partnership with the Fantasy Frontline. So happy to have you guys joining our network here. So we're looking forward to that, bigger and better things to come. And of course, guest appearances, you're always welcome here. So for Classic Mike, for Frank, for Dustin, for Tim, for AJ, who was here earlier, man. Again, unless there's anything else we got, guys, other than that, man, I'm ready, man. I'm out.
This guy said the Bears. Hey, in the chat.
We're in there. All right, guys.
All right,
the after hours.
All right,
Peace out, guys. Later.